and welcome to the Inbetween Podcast Game of the Year. It's going to be more of a less of a standard box standard podcast episode, more of just we need to talk about these games before 2027 comes around. We're halfway through January now, so I really need to get my thoughts out about some of these games.
I think January's not real. It's fine.
Yeah, F you, it's January. But I thought I would start by. Should I start with Year of the Fighting Game? Talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The roundup of.
I think I have a PLC window open. So let's start with some of the fights. So this year, I decided that I was going to try Year of the Fighting Game, where I try to play as many fighting games as possible, or just have, because I didn't play a super amount of fighting games. I just tried to pick games that interested me and I hadn't really given as much as a go at. So
yeah,
this year I played Street Fighter 6 because I wanted to play a Street Fighter game. I played Final Fight because it was on the arcade of Street Fighter 6, and I guess you could say like brawler beat 'em up games are also in the spirit of fighting games.
Yeah,
like
I would say so personally. I know they're not fighting, but I would say so.
I played My Hero 1 Justice 1 and 2. Actually got gameplay of that here. Because I wanted to, because there's tons of these like anime fighters. Like I played Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm when I was a kid on like the 360, and I liked that game. But there's
I have no idea that those existed until you told me.
There is so many anime fighter games. There is tons of them. But My Hero Academia is one of my like, I was going to say favorite shonen series now, but it literally just finished. They just had the final season, so I don't want to check that out. I also played Super Smash Bros. Because it's a game I've like casually played around on other people's Switches with, and I was like, okay, let me give it a go myself. I played a bit of Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, because there was like a free weekend for that. I was like, okay, let's see what a new Fatal Fury game looks like. And I talked about this on the podcast if you want to see more about this. I also played Tekken 8.
Tekken was more on the tail end of 2025.
I technically played it in 2026, but I already downloaded it because it was 120 gigabytes. So I was like, I'm just going to play this.
Now, is it still installed? That's my question.
Yeah, I still have it installed.
Okay.
Whether it stays installed, I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you now.
It's just massive.
Year of the Fighting Game. The best fighting game that I played, in my opinion, was Street Fighter 6. This is the most fun I had. I like most of these. So like My Hero 1 Justice, Smash Bros, Tekken 8, I put like 1 or 2 hours into. Tekken 6, Street Fighter 6, I put like 20 hours into. I had so much fun playing that game. I think that was probably the best starting point for someone who's never really played fighting games. It has one of the like best tutorial systems and ways to get into them, I would say, out of all of these. Like Tekken 8 was confusing as shit in order to try and get into, and their modern mode is crazy. Like it's basically just like press one button to attack, and I'm just like, that's not what I want out of a fighting game. But Street Fighter 6, like you genuinely feel like you're playing the game in modern mode, and it's just basically removing like a stack of information from your workflow, but you're still performing the same actions just with less inputs. And they sort of balance that out with the damage penalty that you get for playing in modern mode.
It still feels like you're playing a game, and it's still that you still have to think about important stuff. It's just the button combos and like trying to just remember what they are that you don't. It still remember how and when to use them. So yeah.
But yeah, but I think I just really enjoyed playing Street Fighter 6. It makes me. I think the thing for me with fighting games is I wanted to play them more with friends, but I just didn't really have any friends who played fighting games. Like I had one friend who was like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in Tekken," but then he was like, "I was like, I'm playing Tekken," and he was like, you know, I'm not gonna buy Tekken. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm playing it by myself, you know. Well, you gotta love Smash Bros. You can play as Joker from Persona, you know.
Yep.
Um,
and Steve.
Steve, yeah, you mean my main Steve from Minecraft?
Yeah.
I was just when I was playing Smash Bros, I was just trying out every character because I haven't fully talked about Smash Bros on the podcast yet. I've just been pissing around with it. I honestly, Smash Bros is one of those games where like I need to give this game more time. Because I actually watch quite a lot of Smash Bros on Twitch. I watch a Twitch streamer Trihex. I don't know if you know him. He's the Tryhard emote.
Oh yeah.
He was playing tons of Smash Bros. He really got into it this year, and I was watching him grind through the elite rank on Young Link. Also, that's something funny about Smash Bros. It's like in any other fighting game, it would be like this character is just the same character with a skin, but it's like no, you can play as Mario or Doctor Mario or Builder Mario, and they all like controls differently.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Whereas some of them like for Steve, for example, I think I have gameplay of it somewhere if I can find it. I can't believe they have this fucking Pac-Man level as a level in Smash Bros. That's crazy. Like no one's played this game. With the skins, Tony, like you can just be like, I'm gonna be a zombie instead of Steve, or like there's an Enderman skin you can wear. What I find it interesting is like cool. When I was playing as Steve, I was like, it's interesting because you kind of do control like you would in Minecraft and stuff. Like you have to mine resources to upgrade your tools, and then you have like a minecart to like knock people off, and you have like elytra and fireworks to fly back up. Like they actually did.
That's hilarious.
They actually did like put time into thinking about like how the character would control. I love his final really smash as well, where he's just like literally. I'll see if I can find it. I think it's in this one. Oh yeah, his final smash is just like cinema. That's the one thing, because like competitive Smash is just like 0 items. We're just playing 3 stock. And I'm just like, you miss out of so much of the funny shit. Like, I almost wish there was a mode where it was just like, no items but Final Smash, because the Final Smash stuff is so cool. Like, in Street Fighter 6, one of the coolest things is seeing the level 3 moves out of the fighters. And that's just in, like, the base game that everyone plays, right?
Yeah.
You get, like, Luke going, beast mode, baby, and you just hop on top of somebody and punch their lights out, or kick somebody off the screen on the other characters, like...
Yeah, it's the showpieces that you want to see.
Yeah, I think the Ultimate. It's a shame that Nintendo spent so much time making Ultimate Smashes, and then like, unless I wonder how many people play Smash just as like a party game, all items on, and how many people are playing like the 3 stock, no items. Like, I wonder. I would love to see the breakdown of sort of how people play Smash.
Well, there's a lot of party stuff, and then people that play consistently probably have it more competitive, right?
But Smash is a game that I wanted to play more of. Out of all of the like Year of the Fighting games, made me basically go like, I think it would be so fun to play with my whenever I'm playing Smash in the past with my friends, I'm like, yeah, this is really fun. Or I used to like platform fighters are something I've always been interested in, because I used to play Multiverses online duo with one of my friends. I was a Jake the Dog main, by the way. And that was really fun. Yeah, that game doesn't exist anymore. They just fucking shut that shit down. Good. That was really fun. Good. Or like when people would come round, I would put like Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl up on the TV, and I would play my main Garfield on that game. And you couldn't play him on a Monday though. That would be absolutely haram. And
it should lock it off in game, surely.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to play Garfield on a Monday. I would just throw lasagnas at people across the map. And then I would have my friend who'd never played the game before just like dominating me, just playing Rexar from Rugrats. And I'm just like, how the hell are you doing that? What's going on? That's another thing. I kind of like being bad at games. I think this is an interesting thing to talk about, right? Do you ever like being bad at games? One of my favorite games to be bad at is Rocket League. I think I would hate being good at Rocket League, because I would be very upset when I didn't
I think
perfectly execute things, but I always play Rocket League enough to have fun, and then I stop playing enough to forget how to play, and then I come back and I play it very, very casually.
I think yeah, I don't want to play like sweaty or like perfectly like I think like for Magic the Gathering, for and this isn't video game, Magic the Gathering, for example, like I'd rather play on like an interesting like theme than like the most optimized deck. I think maybe that's kind of similar, I suppose. But I do want to like be able to look at other people and go like, what am I missing? Like how can I learn? I don't want it super competitive, but I also want to learn what's the most with my own limitations. What's the best I can do with it?
Yeah, I think with fighting games, I wanted more of that like community feel of, you know, you would have arcades and you would go with your friends and you'd just have a couple rounds of Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or whatever. And that's what I'm kind of missing. Like for me, fighting games, I want that sense of I'm just going to do a couple of rounds with my friends, and grinding online against random people doesn't really do that for me. And and playing like the single player aspect of these fighting games, I was just like, what's the point? Because ultimately, I could be playing like a single player, like a different single player game, and I would have much more substance to it. Like if I was, let's say I was playing like a single player RPG, like I was playing like, I don't know, Fallout New Vegas. I would think I would get more putting hundreds of hours into Fallout New Vegas than I would putting hundreds of hours into the single player of Street Fighter 6, you know?
I would love. I know it's not really what the like people like fighting games really want, but I would absolutely love like a proper campaign with like fighting game mechanics. I think that'd be really cool. But
it always feels like when you like from playing some of the single player stuff, it always feels like let's put in enough to make it seem like there's a story going on, and then immediately just have you fight on a stage, and that's it.
Yeah, if it actually made a.
Because like the world tour mode in like Street Fighter 6, you had the ability. There was like light platforming where you could do like the helicopter spin to find boxes, and I loved that you could like walk up to people and punch them and do stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it was still just like it was like set dressing between just walking up and fighting people, basically. Which I guess if you're playing a fighting game, that's what you want.
But you want a good reason to do it. You want a compelling story, and you want events happening.
I guess for me with fighting games, because I said this after playing Tekken 8, I was like, I played for a couple of hours and I got into it and I was like, yeah, this was fun. Let me never launch this again. There's just nothing that compels me to keep playing fighting games.
Yeah.
Even
I think as far as like
the reason I played Street Fighter so much was because I set a goal, and my goal was to get. I just wanted to know how to control my character, feel like I was doing something. Because that was the first fighting game I played. I was like, I just want to feel like I am in control of the character and I'm doing things. And
you have an idea of how to counter or how to.
I was just like, my goal is to win one online game, and I kept. Because that was the thing with World Tour, is even though it was fun, it was like, hey, you can be Luke, but then you have the abilities of Chun-Li, and then you have the abilities of this character. I was like, it feels like I'm saying I don't want to play online, and then I'm saying, but I'm also saying the single player stuff is too different from the online, because I was basically an amalgamation of a bunch of different characters, and it felt nothing like playing Luke. So I was just like, oh, okay. I don't like this. Like, I was just going into practice range and just playing against CPUs to get better.
I think maybe it made more sense as like lots of mini campaigns with different characters, where like you slowly build up your understanding of that one character's moveset. But I guess they're trying to do something like just like single player only.
Well, because there's like stats in the World Tour mode on Street Fighter, so they were trying to be like,
which I kind of appreciate, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Because I was just loading up CPUs on Smash Bros, but I think there is like a Path of Light. There is a weird single player story thing. Like, I have played the single player story thing on the Wii version of Smash Bros. I remember there was like a weird story thing, but again, it was just very much set dressing between like you're just gonna do battles basically.
Yeah.
I think the thing with fighting games is, so many people that play fighting games have been playing fighting games for 20 years. It's so hard to get into fighting games as a new player. I think like they're gonna have to evolve at some point, unless
I think
there's a sudden shift
really
where new people are playing them, right?
Yeah, I think Street Fighter 6, like, there's a big shift, like, what people were saying on YouTube, like, oh, this is really good that it's actually trying to get new people in.
Because the issue is,
I think there has been an opening up.
If they start catering to me, and they're like, okay, we're going to get the new players, what happens is I come in, I play 20 hours, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go play something else. I'm not going to play Street Fighter for a year.
Yeah.
So they kind of have to cater to the old players while also trying to cater to the new players to come in.
Yeah, you can't not do that. But I just feel like you could maybe get more players coming in. Yeah, I mean, maybe longer than 20 hours. Maybe like they maybe play for 100 hours. Maybe there's something more they could do to entice you to do that. I think there's a lot of experimentation you could do. But yeah, they shouldn't. Yeah, they shouldn't like ruin it for the elite players, right?
Kirby's Fast Smash is crazy. I'm just watching Smash Bros. But Smash Bros is such a good. It's probably the best fighting game to watch if you have no idea what's going on in the fighting game. I have found now, because I say I'm not like motivated to launch up Street Fighter 6. If I watch somebody play Street Fighter 6 on Twitch or something, that immediately makes me want to launch it and play it. That's actually changed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like I haven't watched anyone play Tekken 8, but maybe watching Tekken 8 now, but like, seeing somebody like playing at a high level, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to play some more Tekken and get better, right?
Maybe, yeah. I feel like if there was like a way to like, because like something like I was thinking about what you're saying. It's like not in, just like on the ladder against random people, right? Just like fighting. It's like if you could play with like if it was like 2v2, like with a friend, would that be better?
Yeah, I really liked the duos mode in Multiverses because it meant that I could. I think the thing with fighting games is you're always against your friend, and a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, friend slop is so popular now, where it's just like, hey, let's play this co-op game together, right?
Yeah.
I think they like having more ways to play with your friends in fighting games would be great, but again, I have no idea how you do that other than like a duos mode, right?
I think I have a completely different mode. I can't see.
You're more like a tag team fighter, because I played a little bit of 2XKO, and that's like a tag team fighter. But I think in 2XKO, whenever that comes out, awful name by the way from Riot. They're going to make it so one person can control each character. But then
you're tagging in and out though.
Yeah, you're still like sitting there waiting to play sort of thing, but I guess you're kind of watching your friend play at the same time.
I think they should add a duo mode, like a proper duo mode where they just switch 4 characters on the screen at once. I know it's a completely different game and play different balance, but I genuinely think that would be pretty good. I
think going forward, I'm definitely going to be more open to trying fighting games. I don't think I think my big thing of I don't want to play fighting games of the past was they're too hard to get into because I have to learn a billion combos.
Yeah.
But these days it's not true with like the more modern modes.
Well, I think it's where you've understood some of the basics and you can kind of like go from there to other games easier now.
Yeah, I definitely do want to play a bit more Street Fighter, and I definitely want to play a bit more Smash Bros as well, I think, because the game just looks really fun. But yeah, we'll see. That's the other fighting game. Tony, I have no freaking clue what I'm doing this year, 2026, for my New Year's thing.
Yeah.
I had an idea, right? I was like, maybe I could do like the wheel again, but make it like spicier, where instead of being like a playlist of games I play in an order from my friends' recommendations, I could do like have my friends pick games they think I would like, and then have my friends pick games that they think I wouldn't like, or have them pick random games, and then I spun the wheel, and then it would be like, you have to play this game you do like the look of.
Can I make a suggestion? I just think there should be like a big list, like if you, like someone else picks and whatever, but then you look through the list and then you choose what you feel like at the time.
Well, what do you mean? How would it work? Where's the wheel coming?
No wheel.
There needs to be a wheel, obviously.
What is it?
Incorporate the wheel into your thought and come back to me, because I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Okay, sorry. There should be a.
What I learned from doing the first year of when I did I did the wheel before, and I was like, I'm gonna have my friends pick games for me. What I learned was like, damn, I'm much better at recommending games for me than my friends are. That's what I learned, because I was like, most of these games I don't like, and there was a couple I played that I was like, yeah, I really like this, but it was like a game where I was like, I had this on my playlist, already. I just hadn't got around to playing it yet, like a Hades or a Sleeping Dogs. I think Sleeping Dogs was one I was like, it was on my list for so long that I would probably, I wouldn't have got round to it in a timely fashion to a point where I may have never played it. So that was like a good recommendation, but I don't know. Another one I was thinking about, Tony, was just doing what I've currently been doing for the past 6 months, which is I just want to play games on my Switch. That's all I've been wanting to do recently. Is just I bought a bunch of games from like the Switch 1 catalog. I'm just going through and playing them because like Breath of the Wild was a game I started to play last year when the Switch 2 version came out, and that was a game I was like, damn, I want to play more Breath of the Wild because that game was really fun.
I think that's understandable. I feel like I don't know what that'd be the year of, but I just feel like that makes sense.
The year of the
vibes. Yeah.
Well, I could do Year of the Vibes and just play what I want, but isn't that just every year?
I guess.
But like genuinely, like out of all of the stuff I tried out on the Switch from the Switch 1 catalog, because I kept Switch 2 stuff kept coming out, so it was like Switch 2 upgrades were coming out and were interrupting Breath of the Wild stuff, and I was just playing Breath of the Wild. I was like, man, this game is really fun. I want to go back and play more of this.
I guess is there any part of game that you feel like you're missing, like stuff you think you should be playing that isn't, like maybe that could be the year of whether that is. I don't know. It's kind of a tricky one.
Well, it's like when I did the Year of the Wheel.
Was that what we called it?
I was before I did the year thing. The years thing kind of started after I saw the what's his name, CP. What's his name? The Grey guy.
Samantha Blair's Grey. Yeah.
What's his name?
I say it's random.
CCP Grey, I think his name is.
CCP Grey.
CGP Grey, yeah.
CGP.
About setting like a theme for your year and then
And I remember that video.
But the thing is, Tony, like, here I am now watching 120 anime in a year, but I never would have been here if I didn't do Year of the Emulation and play Nintendo games and then be like, these Nintendo games are good. And then I did the Year of Japan, and then I was like, oh, okay, these Japanese games are cool. Maybe I should start watching anime again. It leads me down like interesting paths that I might have never gone down. Like if I didn't go to Japan, I never would have played Persona, and Persona is one of my favorite games of all time. That game is fucking incredible, and I just adore the music and everything. So I think it's always good to try and challenge yourself to try new things, but I'm always like,
for sure.
But the thing is, when I was doing like, I think it was Year of the Wheel, I would just like, yeah, I've got this game on the wheel, but this game's come out and I really want to play this, and I play it. And my friend was asking me like, oh, what are you gonna do? What Year of the Wheel is over, right? And I'll be like, I don't know. I guess I'll just play the games I want to play after that point. He was like, isn't that what you're doing now? Because every time something gets spun on the wheel, you'll go, yeah, I'm playing this. And then you'll start playing something else and get really into that. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of do that as well, because I'm kind of more interested in... there's also like, you know when a big game comes out and you want to play it there and then, right?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, I feel like the theme of a year, or like whatever like your goal is, like if something else comes around and like you want to play that, you shouldn't not do that. Like just like you can pause it and come back to it, right?
It was funny because one of my friends was like, "Oh, maybe you should do Year of the Indie Game," and I'm like, "I think you don't know me that well, because I might be one of the people in our friend group that plays the most indie games possible. Like I'm always playing indie games."
Well. Also, there's AAA games at the moment are kind of shit. Versus Nintendo.
I mean, there's quite a lot of stuff in the AAA space that I enjoy. Like I like Nintendo stuff. I like multiplayer stuff. So like I've enjoyed Battlefield 6 in 2025. That was a game I was like, oh, that was genuinely quite fun. How do I get rid of this?
I just feel like there used to be like far more game. I know like I'm playing out and like and AAA games tend to be more multiplayer stuff, right? I just feel like for me personally, like 25 is just very little AAA stuff that I cared about.
Because like I was thinking about what do I want to do this year, and my number one thought was I want to just play Switch games because I've just been really enjoying playing Switch games and playing on Switch. Because I was saying to my friend like, oh yeah, I've been trying not to buy as many games on Steam because I've got thousands of games on Steam and I'll never play them.
Yeah.
And I was like, this year I did buy a bunch. I did buy a bunch of Steam games, but not that many as I would have. I didn't go into the sale and just drop hundreds of pounds on stuff I've had on my wish list for years. So I've been trying to keep tiny wish list and just keep it focused on interesting games that I wouldn't have otherwise played.
Yeah, I didn't want to play more games.
But then basically what I did this year was instead of buying a bunch of Steam games, I just started buying a fuck ton of Switch games instead. So I just started a collection somewhere else.
Yeah, kind of hidden from the Steam analytics.
Yeah, so that makes me want to go, okay, maybe I should spend this year just playing the games I bought. God forbid.
Yeah.
You could do this as well. Play games that you bought.
Jamie, I think that's what I'm gonna try and push myself to do. Like, I want to do more Warhammer stuff. Like, I'm still like on. I think my non-gaming goal is to actually paint Warhammer. Actually get a color scheme and like actually learn how to paint properly. But yeah, that's a goal.
I'm gonna think about it. Yeah. Switch games, I don't know. Like sometimes, bro, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's interesting though, isn't it?
I've been yapping for like 26 minutes. Do you want to talk for a bit? Because then that gives you a chance to have something to say, and then I'll talk about some of the games, honourable mentions that I had that we didn't tangerine on because it's been a busy year.
This kind of I don't know. It's kind of cheating something non-gaming, right? I did actually want to briefly talk. I mean, Warhammer's a game.
Yeah, Warhammer's a game.
I did I've not talked about it. I don't think it showed on the I think it was on my like, Steam wrap-up stuff. But I actually played like a couple of I tried to play, I should say, a couple of Warhammer games on Steam, and some of them were just utterly shit.
That's one like because I started playing Warhammer games like a few years ago because my friend was recommending them. I played like the first Warhammer Space Marine, and then I was like, okay, I'll try some other Warhammer games. And Games Workshops will literally give their IP to anyone. They're like, you want to make a Warhammer game? Here you go. Go ahead. It's just like it's the complete opposite of Nintendo, where they're just unprotective of their IP.
Well, I would say that they don't care about the quality of the game. I would say they're protective of their IP. Like, as far as my understanding is that they will make sure that the lore is accurate, but they don't care about the gameplay. Yeah, is my understanding. Because like I've been going like I have to like immerse myself into a thing first. So, like before the end of 2024, like autumn, like the end of 2024 is like when I've really started getting into like listening to like the lore of Warhammer, which I think I'm more interested in the factions and then the actual individual stories and the actual individual games like from there. But yeah, it's like from my understanding of the lore that I've seen, like the games I've played, like I've not looked and gone, oh, that's completely wrong. So I do think that is correct. But yeah, I was just like, I didn't mention this actually. It's a bad game, but
go on. Yeah, sorry.
I just like it's a Necromunda game, which is like a gang warfare.
Is that the hired
game,
gun one?
I can't remember. I can look.
Necromunda.
No, it's Necromunda under Hive Wars.
Okay, because I think people were saying the hired gun one was pretty good from Necromunda.
Yeah, I think that one's better rated, if I remember correctly. But it's okay. It's an XCOM game where you can't see what your initiative is, and it can like move around, and it's just really awkward to like target people and know what the hell is going on. It was just incredibly frustrating, and the story was The problem with people with the 41st millennium is they're really dumb. So I find it really hard to care about any of the characters. But anyway, I tried 40 characters and it's like I've actually what I want to say is like I've actually like tried 40k army like fighting like a little bit with a friend, and then also
talk about
like the
tabletop simulator now.
Yeah, on tabletop.
Yeah, I'm turning Breath of the Wild gameplay off now.
Turn it off.
So was it the Tyranids collection or was it the Space Sister thing?
I was doing. We didn't play with either in the end, but like, it's just kind of like these sort of models that I've actually created an army for both of these. But Necrons and like Chaos stuff is like the main stuff that I was looking at. So that those we fought with. But yeah, it's very like oh man, it's like, oh yeah, a game should be like 2 hours long. Like, oh, that's pretty long. I think it took us like 4 hours to like not finish a game.
Okay.
But this was like our first games, right? Like, really trying to understand like how systems work and stuff. So yeah, I didn't expect. Like, I thought it was going to be a thing where it's like I would like the models and I might collect like just like army based on the models I like.
Yeah.
Like in real life sort of thing. And there's okay, but I would try. And then I thought, oh, actually, I should probably try the game to see how it plays, like how it feels. But I think I have a lot of criticisms on like some of the mechanics, but the actual idea of it, and, like the way it plays, I actually think is kind of cool. Like it felt really cool to like move the models around and try and strategically do stuff, and either succeed or fail dramatically. I thought it was actually really cool, and then trying to counter other people's plays. Yeah, I think some rules about like how they feel. Like it's kind of the Magic Gathering thing for me. Was like I want the armies to feel like the way they should from what my understanding of the lore is. Yeah, I've just been having fun doing that, and also there's the kill team side of it. It's like a smaller number of models, like about like around 10 models, sort of thing. Like we started doing that the other week.
So this was on Tabletop Simulator, or did you do it with the models?
This was on tabletop, but this is the one where I have the models in real life. Like I have 4 factions, 2 built, 4 factions.
Because when you going around your friend's house and playing D&D, are they into Warhammer stuff as well? Or?
Yeah, they are. Those are actually the first Warhammer models like I've seen in real life, but like around their house. That they built a fantasy stuff first. Though they had like the Night Wars, which is like the ghosts, and I think they built the tree people, I want to say, and then
what are the tree people called in Warhammer? Then they're not Ents, are they?
They're the Sylvaneth. They're like, I think they're like the spirits of like the wood elves that died, sort of thing, and then like re-inhabiting the dryad and like tree spirits.
Is this Age of Sigmar? This isn't 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Age of Sigmar, yeah. I think it used. I think it used to be called fantasy, but now it's like split between like Old World, Age of Sigmar, and maybe fantasy is like the general umbrella. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know very much about the. Yeah, these are true. I have
They're very Sylvari, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That looks pretty cool.
I like the idea of like. Yeah. I kind of like the idea of like spirits. Like you can see the spirits like coming out of the trees. I think that's actually really cool. But I think yeah, the Age of Sigmar, the fantasy stuff is like completely different, but there's like different models entirely that you can collect for that. I might look into that as well. I think there's like smaller games you can play with that as well. I might look into, but the problem is it's more money, right? Like,
someone who fucking used to play physical Magic the Gathering.
Oh yeah,
it's so expensive. I could never get into it again.
It's like that, but worse, genuinely. You're like, oh, I really want this. I really want these models because they do this really cool thing that combines really well with this. But I need to buy it.
You know, are just draining us, and then we've got the Gamers Workshop.
Yeah. They know what they're doing. I'll say that. They are damn cool models, though. Like, they're not great, but I think there's a lot of criticism online. But I think overall, like, you have to accept that a lot of their models are actually really good. I think maybe not all of them are for you. I think that's fine. Like for instance, right? Like so many people like love Space Marines and collect different like Space Marine chapters. I couldn't give a monkeys about Space. I think most of the models look terrible. I don't care about Space Marines.
I think Space Marines look cool, but like I've only really played mostly the normie Warhammer games. So I've played like 40k Space Marine, and like I like Vermintide for the Sigmar stuff.
Yeah. I think the Space Marine stuff like we play as a Space Marines like in the games is like, that's what the feeling I would expect. Then like the actual models, like I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me the way. It's almost not like bulky enough, like compared to everyone else. It's just there's like too many of them. They should be just like a couple of just like is it Ultra Breeze that's accurate the actual effects of
playing like
doesn't help,
so I played like Blood Shooters and Thieves, and then the racing goblin game. They're orcs. They're called orcs. Aren't they?
There are yeah. So the orcs, so they have like.
But playing those games, I just love that orcs exist on just like the magic of belief. They're just if I paint something red, it can fly, right? That's how it works, right? Or
so yeah, red is speed, yellow is like money or explosion, black is bolt, blue is lucky, green is good, but the skin is already green is best, I think, but like skin is already green. And purple is stealthy. Because have you ever seen a purple?
No, I have not.
So that's kind of a meme, but I think people kind of sticking to that at this point.
That we've just never seen the purple orcs yet. That's why
they're just that stealthy,
invisible.
Yeah, exactly. There's a couple of other colors I'm forgetting, but I think those are the main ones.
So how much? How much on Tabletop Simulator have you been playing Warhammer? Do you know? You roughly. You said you played 4 hours on that session. But have you been messing around, trying things, looking at models and stuff?
So, yeah, I've got a vague idea. So, in terms of like, the actual games, I reckon I've put about 8 hours into playing the normal 40k, like big armies versus each other. We put 4 hours into the kill team, which is the smaller thing.
Yeah.
But a lot of the other time, I've been like building the armies, like actually in like where like a big table of models, then you then choose them, like make it like fit like the list you have, sort of thing, and then like combining it and like collecting it and actually making sure you can fit it and saving it as objects. I spent a lot of time doing that. That's probably majority of the time doing, just being interested in like how army creation works. Just making my own lists and things. I want to say at least like 20 hours into that, maybe 24 or something.
Right. No, it's just something you've been getting into the like. Because I feel like you had like a passing interest in Warhammer in the past, but it feels very much like you've more so got into it this year, from what I've seen.
Yeah. So genuinely, like at the start of 2020, well, at the end of 2024, I actually said to this guy, I do actually want to try and do more Warhammer stuff in 2025. So that
it was the year of Warhammer for Tony. That was your end of year thing.
It did take me until July to buy my first real set. But I was like looking into just like watching like hobby channels like on YouTube for a long time leading up to that. So yeah, it's been an interesting ride. And I think I can't remember I said it on the podcast before, but I've never said it to you on Discord before. It's like I feel like Warhammer's kind of like I had to find something like a new sci-fi thing to like replace like Star Trek and Star Wars. I feel like I've kind of found it.
Yeah, I saw they just released that new Star Trek Academy or something. And I was like, I'm not interested in watching this. But then I saw the cast list and they had Robert Picardo on it, the Doctor from Voyager. And I was like, part of me wants to just see him. But then I was like, I know it's going to be some CBS crap. It's just like, Warhammer's cool because it already exists in this fantasy universe. They don't really need the same actors to continue it on the same. As long as, because they have like billions of books of deep lore, so they can kind of carry it on through the models, the games, the books.
And not all the books are good. That's what I've been hearing, but it doesn't matter. I think I think like the general. Like the general overarching story is like pushing forward, and I'm actually like, some people are complaining about this apparently, but to me it's actually interesting what they're pushing forward and like the galaxy like massively like big changes happening sort of thing, even though it's like still kind of like a slow grind and things are kind of stuck the way they are sort of thing. But I
Sorry,
just find it very interesting.
What was the thing? It was Warhammer Kill Team, and
Kill Team's a smaller one.
Yeah, what was the bigger one called?
I don't know. I think you've just called Warhammer 40. I don't know if there's a proper name for it. It's just
okay.
Just Warhammer 40k. I don't know.
These two are games that you play. Best games you played in 2025. You would say. Which one did you prefer? Was it Kill Team or the bigger one? Which one did you think?
I don't think I've played enough of Kill Team. I technically not completed the first game of Kill Team. We got halfway through.
Right. Okay.
I enjoyed both, but I think having
If you had to pick one,
I think I'd pick Kill Team just because you can like focus on individual.
It's easier to trick people into playing it because it's smaller.
Yeah. Well, I think it's why it's easier to do it in real life. It's like I personally own the terrain and 4 teams in real life, right? So like I can just I can like Magic the Gathering Commander like I played with you.
Yeah.
So I own the decks, and then they're just like I don't know if you chose one or there's just one left that you got, but some people chose them, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like out of the stuff I've got, and I just find that's a good way to do it. Well, you need to buy the cards. I need to buy the cards. Let's play a game.
I was looking at Magic the Gathering cards like a couple of days ago because I was watching the new season of Fallout, which I forgot to mention on the podcast, but I'll probably talk about it when it finishes. And I was looking up because there was like these grannies in the episode. And I was like, are those the grannies from New Vegas? There's like, if you have the Wild Wasteland perk on, there's like this roaming gang of grannies that goes around and beats you up on Fallout New Vegas. So I was looking it up, and as I was on the Wikipedia page, it was like, and this is also a Magic the Gathering card. I was like, oh my god, like they are now Magic the Gathering card. Like there's so many of these collaboration stuff with Magic as well. Because they did Warhammer Magic cards as well, didn't they?
Yes.
Did you get any of those? Because I saw the Doctor Who ones. I think you had.
No, that's the ones that you play with. So you play with Tyranid and Malfa the Friend played with like the Chaos Warhammer ones.
Yeah.
So the only ones I've got that's like combinations. So obviously there's been Fallout, there's been Final Fantasy, I did try and pick up the Doctor Who stuff, but they're completely sold out when I went to look. I think they're like. I think there's like 4 of them a year. So it's like I think like every 3 months, or maybe less, but like every 3 months, I think the new ones come out. And they're kind of a limited run.
Tony, I have to give you the code word banana. I think we're gonna take a quick break, but for you guys, it will be instantaneous. We will be right back. Yeah, Warhammer.
Let's think about Warhammer.
Do you want to talk about?
You know,
oh, go on. I was going to say.
Oh yeah, well we can switch it. Do you know what actually got what got me to actually eventually buying the actual physical models in real life? Played Space Marine 2. Game of 2024.
Let's talk about Space Marine 2.
Yes. I think we discussed this before the podcast. We're talking, and this was like in relation to like a 7 out of 10 game, wasn't it? That was like the thing was just like a good, like not great, like not like perfect game sort of thing. I'd put it like higher than 7 out of 10 personally. I think you know what? Here's my review: 8 out of 10.
Oh.
But I think I'm heavily biased. Like I am. I mean, I really like the actual like the world, like the actual world and the environments and like the way it's realizing the environments. I think sells a lot for me this game. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. I didn't play it as much as my other friends. Like they were grinding the co-op side of it a lot. I played 3 games on each map of the co-op levels. And I went, I'm done. I'm okay. Yeah. I don't need to 100% all my characters.
Wait, because didn't you play Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2 in 2025?
Yes, I did at the start. I finished, quote unquote finished. I got to the end boss and said, fuck this. I know how this ends. 1? Yeah, Space Marine 1. It's it's like 3 bullshit phases before you get to the actual fight.
From what I remember, don't you just fight like waves of chaos things and then you fight a guy or something?
But then if you die, And it's like what the second wave, maybe it's the third wave. It's like the start of the third wave is like really bullshit, and you can just really easily die and get caught out of position. And it's just right, and then then do it again and again and again. It's like I don't know what I don't really want to do this. Like I could learn, like change strategy, but I don't care enough. It's not. I know the ending. I've seen the ending on YouTube. Like I don't need to see this. I've got to the end of the game. Yeah, and then a few months later, we went on sale during the summer. I think the summer sale it went on sale again, and then a friend picked up on Steam, played through the story together, and then after that we went through the co-op missions. We played different characters, and then we played with another friend who played it on Xbox crossplay, which worked pretty well for the most part. Apart from, it was a Tuesday, right?
Tuesday,
and we got kicked off, but he was still playing. He got all the experience. So
Steam maintenance on a Tuesday.
And he was like, "Oh, those PC players, those Tuesdays."
Yeah, but then anytime you're like, "Well, we're gonna play Tabletop Simulator," or
Total
Warhammer 3, he's just like, God.
He just has to watch a stream.
Yeah.
I genuinely think you would really enjoy Tabletop Simulator. I think even if like, I mean, Tabletop is great. Like, there's a couple of it's a complete tangent, by the way. There's a couple of other Tabletop Simulator board games I downloaded just I wanted to try. It sounded kind of interesting, but I need to go around and actually plan that.
I just don't have the patience for a lot of tabletop stuff these days. I just get too distracted by things. I just have to. I got TikTok brain, I got TikTok brain. I've got to get stimulated.
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, that's kind of the fun of it. Like, I always felt you waste an hour on tabletop. I think that's just like, I think you should just embrace messing around with friends, I'm fine with that. Like, even if the goal was to do X, as long as you get there eventually, I think it's fine. Anyway, Space Marine 2. Yeah. I can't. What do you know? What was your spoiler level for this game? Like, you didn't know anything beyond the Tyranids, right?
I've played the first game.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the hell happens in this game. Because the end of the last game was very much like, oh shit, what's going to happen to Tychus?
Yep.
The ending of the first game was, spoiler alert, Tychus touched the warp, or they think he touched the warp, and the Inquisitors came in and were like,
so there's a chaos MacGuffin. Titus actually,
right?
Yeah, Titus touches it and like he absorbs the energy and doesn't seem to be affected by it, or at least not fully destroyed or fully corrupted by it, which everyone is very sus about, including like Chaos.
Right. But my understanding was like
he puts it back
because there's things, are they called like Chaos Marines, where they're like corrupted Space Marines, and basically if a Space Marine touches the Chaos, usually they go over to Chaos's side, right?
Yeah, it's not quite as simple as that, but that's the concern from the Space Marine Inquisition. Yeah, but that's how it's like portrayed by the Inquisition. It's like, oh, like it's just really easy, and any sign of you not being a perfect Space Marine, we're going to assume you're a Chaos Space Marine, sort of thing, and you're a traitor, sort of thing. Whereas, like, in reality, it could just be like you're resistant to it. So
it seemed almost like in the first Space Marine game that the Inquisitor was kind of trying to set Tychus up, almost. That's what it felt like to me.
I think yes and no. I just think you have to remember that the Imperium's incompetent.
Right.
They're very incompetent
they're the Windows
leaders.
11 of the universe.
Yeah. They're just really bad at sussing things out, and they're like, if it's good enough, they stop. And there's so many other things they need to worry about. To be fair, I guess. But they're just like, well, we've dealt with this. We'll just move on to the other massive problem. So start of the game. It's 100 years. Yeah, I think it's 100 years later.
How long do Space Marines live for then?
Technically, so once they. So okay, I think a quick more of Space Marines. So Space Marines originally were normal people. Then it's in like special gene seeds that like the Emperor originally created for like the different legions, right? And then
aren't they like based on the Emperor himself or something? Isn't that
sort of? But yes. there's arguably aspect. That's what's been said anyway. Like, there's aspects of him in each Space Marine chapter.
Right.
But yeah, so they're not upgraded humans to like this giant warriors, and then they get like new organs and things, and these organs actually help them stay alive, like even when they're like, very close to death, and massively slow down their aging. So I don't think a Space Marine's ever died of old age, but that's only because they die of something else. Right. But theoretically, it could be like thousands of years old. So, yeah.
And Ultramarines different from Space Marines?
Ultramarine is a type of Space Marine. So Ultramarines are the blue ones, and so each Space Marine like master chapter, and Ultramarine is like a master chapter, have like a original leader sort of thing. So there's like Gilliman, it's like the Primarch, like the leader of like the Ultramarine, or the lead, even bigger Space Marine of the Space Marine sort of thing for Ultramarines. But there's other different chapters of different colors and things, and they all like kind of work independently from each other. But obviously still under the banner of the Imperium. Unless they're a traitor Marine, of course. There's traitor legions as well. A similar thing with like their leader got corrupted or left or became traitors. Yeah, so it's Titus 100 years after. He's actually technically in a different chapter, like because he's been punished, sort of thing. So it's just like in the I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the Space Marine chapter where it's like they just get sent out on suicide missions effectively.
The Suicide Squad.
And then someone someone then comes and rescues you after you succeed the mission, but you're about to get overwhelmed by Tyranids. And then you get upgraded to the new, bigger Space Marines, which is a whole thing. It's not that interesting in my opinion. It's basically just fixing a tabletop model size increase lore. I mean, made it a lore thing. I don't think it was worth it, but whatever. Technically, there's a lore reason for it. So so after 100 years, and so before Titus was the captain. Like he was a Space Marine captain. Now you're not. You're just lieutenant underneath a new captain in the area.
Right.
So you're taking orders, and I think you get asked, like, "Are you okay taking orders?" You just like, "Yeah, I will serve the Emperor in any way possible." This is why you gotta love Titus. He's just no nonsense guy. That's what you want to. That's what you want to see. Yeah, I just have a lot of fun with this game. Are you interested in this game at all, or are you just waiting for like a deeper sale, or?
I'm just, well, at the moment I'm just trying not to buy any game really. I mean, Space Marine 2 is a game I'm interested in playing, but it's more so as a game I would just put on, play the single player, and then probably play something else.
Dip out.
I like Space Marine 1 well enough, but it's just not one of my favorite games. I'm not like playing it because I'm like I love the Warhammer universe. I'm just like it's just like a funnish action game I'd put on, and then just sort of zone out, kill some, what are they, Tyranids?
Yeah, these are Tyranids we're looking at now. Yeah, they're the space horde of space bugs.
I would treat it more like a Left 4 Dead sort of thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
How did this run on your PC then? Because it was quite heavy from what I saw.
Yeah, so I was on medium to low sort of thing, like mainly medium with like a couple things on low, whereas our friend was like running everything on high with much better GPU. My CPU was fine, like maybe arguably like limitation, but the actual
well, I heard this number of enemies can be quite CPU heavy because of how many enemies are on the screen.
So there's an option for like optional background enemies. It's like you can turn that off now, like help on the CPU side.
Right.
It helps on the GPU side as well, but like it massively helps on the CPU side. But seeing like tons of enemies in the background looks so much better. You
can also download like 4K textures and stuff, can't you?
Yes. For the yeah, I didn't need to do that. But yeah, it does look. I think it looked pretty good on medium, but like I was looking at a friend's stream, like when he was just doing stuff by himself. I was like, oh, this is way better. I wish I could play high.
As a PC upgrade I guess PC upgrade is never on the table because AI exists,
Yeah, I might still try and get a GPU that's maybe in the cards if I can get one. So maybe switch to AMD. I don't know. I'll see. I think it's a bit more expensive.
You're saying you're not going for the big Intel gaming? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Big Intel, yeah, maybe. But if it works, if they keep going with it, maybe.
You know, I legally have to play this game, Tony, because it was used to advertise my monitor, even though it wasn't.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Just remember how you know, like you said about fighting games, that you watch people play it, like you want to play it. Like I'm watching this and go, oh, I'm gonna play this again.
How does it work then? Is there like a level system, or is it just you drop in, you're the same every time?
What, in terms of the campaign?
Yeah, do you upgrade your character, or is it just like a static, get to the end of the level sort of thing?
Yeah, the campaign just like gets into the level, but there's three that you play as. Like the person who hosts the game is always Titus, right? And then the first person that then joins after that becomes the second character, and then the first person that becomes the third character. Right. And so they are like voiced characters that actually do stuff in the story, which I thought was interesting. So, and then after that, there's then like co-op stuff where you have also named characters actually, but technically that you have like named character like you have different classes that can only be one class at a time in each game, so that's what like just like it's kind of Left 4 Dead-y, I suppose.
Yeah.
I don't know how class based the different characters.
There's no difference between
Left 4
characters and
Left
4 Dead 2, or Left 4 Dead.
So it's like the different characters but with classes on top then.
Okay.
Compared to Left 4 Dead. And then you can also like upgrade stuff and primarily you're really just upgrading like what sort of weapon you. Well, there are 3 tiers of weapons, but then there's also like what sort of upgrade do you want, and then also the reason why we kept playing was how cool do you want to look. So, which there's some cool stuff in there if you like the universe. Yeah, I think there's not too much for me else to say about this game, but I did really enjoy it.
Play it with, I guess you play on mouse and keyboard, not with a controller.
Yeah.
But I could almost see this being a good controller game at the same time, because
our friend played it with a joystick. A joystick with a controller. I thought it was kind of insane.
But it's like there's almost like a parry system I saw when some of the like
there's parry.
Attack you, which is interesting.
Yep. There's technically a dodge. There's a dodge and parry system. And it's actually really useful because like you can kind of heal a bit through that, and I don't think you get ammo anymore like you did in the first game. And then I can't remember what. Oh, you have like an ultimate move like that's like depending on what you've got equipped, right? That actually replenishes that. So the more aggressive you are blocking and parrying, you can do like more like massive melee attacks sort of thing, which is kind of cool. So it does feel really cool. It does feel really, really good as like this giant space marine just cleaving through so many tiny ones.
Was this your favorite game you played in 2025, or was that something else?
Huh? I don't know. I don't know if I could choose. I don't know. I'll say yes. I'll say yes. I don't actually normally just choose one these days because I feel like there's always just like this game was really good at this, and this other game scratches different itch sort of thing. But I really like the visceral feeling of this, and it was in the universe I was really getting into this year.
I like to think about like a favorite one because it forces me really to compound all of my thoughts about the different games to be like, okay, I think these elements all came together in a way that made it the better complete package. And that's more so what you're looking for when you're looking for good games to play, I guess.
Yeah, I just find that I can't combine it like that. That's not how my brain works. I don't think that works at all for me. Like different packages do different things for different wants and needs, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, it's very, very good fun. Not too long. The campaign, I think, is only like 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, it's really that short, is it?
Yeah.
We
played a lot more of it from doing the co-op stuff afterwards.
Well, that makes me want to play a little bit less now in the campaign so short. I was hoping it was going to be like maybe like an 8-hour campaign or something like that.
Yeah, I would have hoped it's 8 hours.
Because I would be buying the game just to play the single-player campaign, pretty much.
Yeah, I would say that I would also recommend just playing for the co-op level, just go through one at a time and treat it as extra story bits. There is technically it is like some of it's concurrent to the main story, like happening at the same time, sort of thing, and that kind of explains other stuff. But it's not as story rich as the main campaign.
Let's have a look.
Because
this is saying how long to beat is saying like the main story is like 8 to 10 hours.
I think so.
Let's have a look.
Maybe it was 6. I think maybe it was 6 hours. I don't think it was 10 hours. Unless if they're talking about co-op as well, fine, I could believe that. But I don't think the main story was.
Because the original Space Marine was about 8 hours, I think.
Yeah. I think it's only 9 hours after all the retries, but yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, I might be misremembering. There's like, I feel like there was like 8 or 9 missions and like about just shy of an hour each is what I remember. I mean, that does, I think that's more close to 8 hours at that point. But I just remember being like, more like 6 or 7, not 8.
Right. Okay.
But I can't actually remember. I'm gonna have to ask my friend like what he thought the total time was.
Fair. Okay. You want to talk about something else? You want to talk about V Rising, maybe?
Yeah, we can get into. I played I guess technically the update for V Rising technically that came up earlier that year or later the previous year. I can't actually remember the order it went in. But yeah, I got. Have you've played V Rising before, right? How far did you get in it?
I was playing it co-op with Psychologist Jesse and Scorn Retorts. According to Steam, I played it for 4 hours, and that was...
Okay.
God, I'm not sure when the last time I launched it. I can look if I put up Steam here.
Yeah, I knew that like for this big update, it was like it's like very different from the previous one, right? So
I played it in 2023.
Yeah.
January 2023. So I probably played a very different game to the one you played.
Did you get to the farmland area?
I know we fought a couple of like bosses, and we had like a base, but I don't remember a specific farmland area.
Okay. So, I can't quite explain the rest of. I can only explain. So, when you start the game, there's like a southern area, which is like the first section of the game. This time round, I was also playing with Scorn Retorts. It's just me and him. But yeah, we completed all the bosses in that region. Then you're kind of encouraged to make a new base in the farmland area, like the middle section of the map. It's like higher level enemies and stuff, and it's like more human stuff. You have to be more sneaky at the start until you get more power. Yeah, I thought it was a bit interesting. Yeah, I was having fun with that. I mean, so I remember because I think I got halfway through the first section the first time I played, and it was a very different game. And then I was playing through it again. It felt like a much more polished experience in the first area, and then went to the second area and it was a bit weirder. Like it felt less polished. So maybe they need to do another pass.
I thought the gameplay was pretty good, but I'd also played Battle Right, the game they made before, which is basically like a WoW arena style fighting game.
Yeah.
Like a PvP game, and then they also did I played a little bit of, I think it was Bloodline Champions was the game they made before that as well.
I remembered like before V Rising was like I'd look at their game and go, oh, this is really cool, but it's only a competitive game, right? It's like, it's not something I'll play.
There was no. It was
vampires and base building and PvE. Yeah, just perfect combination.
I was asking Psychologist Jesse about this, and because he was playing it like today, and I was like, oh yeah, Tony plays that game, doesn't he? He was like, yeah, Tony always just spends all of his time base building, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's sort of what you're focused on.
So to me, one of the biggest updates was the fact you have multi-story bases now.
Yeah.
So I had like a three-story castle in the middle farm zone. Have like I wish I could get servants to do sorting of items for me. That'd be great. They need to add that to the game. Yeah, I really enjoy the base building stuff. Like it's like making Gothic style stuff. Absolutely brilliant. I think I said before we talked about V Rising is like the way that the sun damage system works. Like actually makes you feel like a vampire.
The way you have to stand the shade and like build shade in your castle and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like actually it's kind of subtle, but it does actually like change how you fight in the daytime. Like it generally changes things. It's like I'll wait for nighttime sort of thing. I really like that. And then like you go
Are
and
you
fight
saying
bosses.
Deep
It's kind of like Valheim,
Rising
you fight
really makes you
bosses.
feel like a vampire?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you feel vampiric.
Mm.
Vampiric speed, as Vlad would say.
From Magica.
Yeah. What a game. Anyway,
So
that's another.
like do you play this survival crafting, or do you play it creative? Are you still doing like the leveling stuff?
Yeah, still leveling, still killing bosses and stuff.
Right. Okay.
I'm playing with all the default settings.
Okay. Is there like
But it's
creative
just two
mode
of
where you
us.
just build things, or
Possibly as a way.
because
To
you like to
infinite.
play, you like to play creative Minecraft as well, more so than survival
Yeah,
for the most part. But
I'll
this
get
year you were
into
playing
Minecraft as
more survival, haven't you?
yeah, yeah. I'll get into Minecraft. But yeah, technically at the start of this year, I was playing creative Minecraft, and then because of another friend about Halo Andy getting Minecraft Realms, I played single player, and it's like
Single
liking
player.
all the updates there. But anyway, yeah.
You
Oh,
mean
sorry. Yeah,
multiplayer?
playing survival, not single
Yeah.
player. But yeah, so I'll finish up with Free Rising. I don't think I have too much more to say, but yeah, I actually did buy a couple of DLCs for this game, which only
Castlevania.
adds like yeah, one of them's Castlevania. I think another one was like a death thing. I can't remember what it's called. But it's basically just all like building like visual stuff. It's like I just had so much fun building up a castle or slash cathedral that I just thought, oh yeah, I'll give them some money. Like, they're kind of expensive, but I appreciate the detail they put into there. And I do really like the combat system. It's very nice, and
Yeah.
having an excuse to have reasons to make different rooms and things. I like building for the sake of building, but if I have a reason to like build something, that's even better. Like
Yeah.
I like to combine the both. Have a visual side of it and a functional side of it. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that. So to play, I think I'm only halfway through the game in terms of levels. I think I'm like I don't know, maybe I'm past level halfway. I think I'm level 53 out of 92 or something. I think 92 is the max level. Where you spoilers for Fight Dracula.
Okay, I'm not playing anymore. You spoiled the game for me.
I don't know why you face Dracula. Like, surely he's a vampire. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe there's only room for one vampire in this
Maybe.
town.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of the story. I just want to keep playing.
These like spell trees, what sort of spells do you play with?
Mainly blood with a little bit of this chaos magic actually.
Right.
I've got one death magic where he just summons a death knight skeleton. Then if he hits someone and dies within like a couple of seconds, will spawn another skeleton. So I've got that on my.
Bit of a necromancer.
Yeah, it's a bit mainly blood with a touch of necromancer and a touch of chaos.
Yeah.
So just yeah, it's interesting because I'm sort of a completely different build to me. It actually kind of makes sense to not do the same build as each other, which I thought was interesting. Like just makes you do different things and not get in the way of each other.
Did you want to talk about Minecraft now? We got some great Minecraft gameplay that I found.
Thank you, bad.
I typed in royalty-free. We were looking for a specific update, and it's impossible to find like specific updates to Minecraft.
Yeah. There are videos of people talking about it, but it's not. It's not.
I can make this even better. I can put Subway Surfer up at the same time as well.
Subway Surfer at the same time.
People are going to be so locked in right now.
Yeah, guys, just do this in real life as well. Like put it on your your headset.
All right, Tony, tell us about Minecraft.
Yeah, so start of the year, I actually started a new creative world and like started creating a little creative city, I guess. Like, start of a creative city, I should say. Which I need to go back and like rework and stuff. But Halo Andy, I can't remember, it was like September time or something, October time.
It's like I made a realm server. Does anyone want to play?
Yeah, he got a free. Like he's like, oh, they're offering a free realm server on the Minecraft launcher, and he picked it up. Since then, he's been scammed and had to pay for like.
Because he was like, "Well, I've got to put in my my credit card details," and then like I keep forgetting that I have to cancel this every month. Even though you send him a message every time, and he's like, "Oh no, I missed it again. You guys are gonna have to keep playing Minecraft."
One time I asked him, I was like, "Oh, when does it cancel?" I was like, "Oh, actually, it meant to cancel a couple of days ago." Like, oh, damn, I missed that one. And I think I did it just maybe on the day, or like just the day before, on the last time, and they said, "Oh, and it's too late." When I read this message, it's already too late. Like, okay, and then this month I asked, and it's like, "Oh no, he didn't."
Because I actually played on the server for like a day, and we were just like trying to find a base and stuff, and then I was like, "Yeah, that was pretty fun. Maybe I'll go on it again." And I was like, "It's kind of just Minecraft again," because I play a lot. I think I play a lot more like survival crafting Minecraft than you do, whereas you're mostly focused on like the creative. Let's optimize as sort of like a redstone building thing.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time. Because early game, I realized what I like doing. It's much easier to do this with later game stuff with like more resources, but still early game, I realized what I like doing, just like subtle landscaping.
Yeah.
So I don't think the landscapes in vanilla Minecraft, like what gets spawned, is that great. But I think it gives you like room to like improve it yourself and like, make it the shapes and textures you want it to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like I made a windmill. I made a big old. I finally found a way to make a quarry that I liked.
Windmill.
Yeah, I've designed it in creative with the idea of survival in mind, like what limited resources I had. I made it. It was very precarious on the sales in survival. I have not got. I was playing in the version that had the happy gas. I've not gone to the happy gas section yet. I've not been to the Nether yet. I could go to the Nether at any point, but I'm kind of like holding off until I've like got a proper place for the Nether portal.
Right.
So yeah, I am kind of like I guess in like a cozy gaming sort of way, but like still like it's like we still got mobs and things, right? So still just still plan to kill the bosses. That's still the main plan, right?
Yeah. Because I actually played Minecraft for like 10 years or something like that before I ever killed the Ender Dragon that me and my friends went through and finally did it.
Yeah.
But there's tons of stuff I've never done. Like I don't think I ever summoned. Is it called the Wither? The three-headed thing?
Wither. Yeah. The Tea of Soul Sand and they called the Wither Skulls. Wither Skeleton Skulls.
Or like there's also the Deep Dark stuff I've not really done. Is there like a boss down there?
Yeah, there's the Warden.
Yeah, there's also the Warden.
There's also a water one. There's the Elder Guardian.
I think I've been near the water temple. I might have killed that one. I'm not sure.
Okay, I've always found that the most like I feel like you have to be perfectly, but you have to like actually really think about being optimized for underwater combat and not drowning and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've never done it, and I actually tend to get killed by a lot of underwater stuff at the moment.
I always remember the water temple because it's got the fucking Minecraft jump scare in it, where you just get the fucking face over your screen when you go past it.
Yeah. So you can't mine. So.
But you said like most years you're playing Minecraft, but this year specifically you were like, I'm playing Minecraft in a different way. I'm playing survival.
Yeah. I've been creatively building stuff for a while now, and but never only like a one proper world, and then like doing other minor stuff, and then I don't know. I just because excuse in the realms, like I'll just try building a base, and then I just kept going. I kind of stopped for over Christmas, and I haven't got back into it yet. But I don't think about it again. Yeah, it's just I've been appreciating the updates. There's a lot of like even like the like the easy like crafting updates was like the recipe book and stuff, and that you just like shift click in like how many things you want to like mass crafting sort of things. It's really good.
Yeah.
And like especially like and I've not really like I've been known and like played the game, but with like the caves updates, but I've never actually played it properly in survival. In survival.
Yeah.
So that's very different. So I was like, I've never. This was the first time I had to adjust to that new way of mining. Like I didn't know how the best way. I had to look up like I couldn't find any iron because apparently, island
we had
spawns.
tons of copper.
Yes, there's tons. Island spawns have mainly copper. Like the iron spawns are replaced with copper spawns.
Yeah, because when I was playing, I was like, bro, I have so much copper and I have 0 iron. Like iron was the rarest resource possible.
I do think, and this is I don't know if anyone else agrees with this, but I actually think copper, because now copper tools in the game, right?
Yeah.
Copper tools are just 50% extra on top of stone, which is kind of crap.
Yeah.
And then iron is 4 times stone, which then makes it, I think, is it double copper then? I can't remember. It doesn't matter. But then you get diamond, and it's like, I think it's like 4 times or 4 or 5 times more than iron. And it's just like, can we maybe like make copper and iron like doubly good, to like make it like more of a progression? Like, it just feels crap. Like, but until you get diamond tools, like you feel like you just got really bad tools.
Didn't it? Because they added something past diamond, didn't they, in one of the newer updates?
Yeah, that's netherite.
The netherite stuff,
that is which I find interesting, because it's not like you get a new ingot and craft a new tool entirely. It's actually an upgrade for existing diamond tools. But yeah, so that netherite is the best stuff for the moment. I don't really understand the point of the copper tools unless you just throw iron styles.
Well, if you and your friends spawn on a island, you have to make copper tools, which is interesting.
Yeah, but it's interesting, but it just still felt so crap. And it's just like, but stone is still so easy to get. It's not that much better than stone. I just keep using stone.
Yeah.
So I just meant to use stone until I got to diamonds, effectively. So it's a bit weird because I'm on an island, but no, yeah. This is the first time. I thought we have a brewing stand, but I've not used that. But this is the first time I've like properly done enchanting in survival. So
really?
like I've gone diamond tools and done a lot of enchanting. They've changed that, and the cost is so much less ridiculous. That's a much more fun system than it used to be.
Because I remember when we did the Ender stuff, we did a lot of enchanting there. It's because you need enchanting for name tags as well, and we were like naming pigs and horses and stuff like that.
Yeah, they've changed it so naming something just costs 1 level now, which is really, really good.
I think it may have cost that much before. I'm not sure what update they did.
It used to cost like 5 before. Right. I think it has been this for a while, but as I have not experienced these changes in survival.
Yeah, we got myself. Like each one of us was doing different things. I think Scorn Retorts was in charge of. He was our like brewer / and he had the enchanting stuff. But we got enchanted up.
Yeah, my nets go. I think I'm talking about the bundles. Sorry, I'm talking about the bundles, and I said my net, the project I was currently working when I left. So bundles have been in the game. I was looking into it. So apparently, the first implementation of bundles in an experimental feature was in 2020. But it was like, but I think technically slightly different, and the crafting recipe was different. And I'm pretty sure it was I might misremember it. It might have been 2024, but I think in 2025 they finally made it so it's just like it wasn't an experimental feature. It was just active. It's just like a normal feature in the game now, so everyone plays with it.
Right.
And it's just 1 piece of leather and 1 string, and it's a dyeable bag that can store 64 of any stackable item. So you could have like 5 roses, 20 planks, and then that would like fill 25 out of 64 inside that bundle, right? So it's like it's a nice way to collect random assortments of crap that you've got. It's been really, really good.
Reminds me of
it's the best way to
Jabba, the fucking the barrel things you could have.
Yeah. And we've I've said this as well. But yeah, I really like the bundle, and we've been messing around with copper golems. Actually, Scorn Retorts actually has like a
they can press buttons, right? Copper golems.
No. No, that was the original idea, but when it lost the mob vote,
right?
That's what it was. It was just randomly pressing buttons. No, they sort items into chests.
Oh, okay. Wait, Scorn Retorts is out of a job. You hate to see it.
No, he's now got a new job. He manages copper golems.
So he manages the guys who sort the boxes.
Yeah, so they added copper chests and copper golems. So if you spawn a copper golem, you automatically get a copper chest. So if you put an item in a copper chest, the golem will want to take it out of the copper chest and put it into a normal chest, and it will. If it's empty, it will put anything into it, but it would. But if it's got something, it will only put. If something in the chest, it will only put stuff that's already in the chest into the chest. So it's actually a really clever way to do it. I mean, there's some subtlety, some annoyances, but it's a very good system overall. I think it's very cool. I think a lot of story systems going forward will use copper golems, and even if you have like a proper big redstone thing, one thing that copper golems are really, really, really good for is like sorting non-stackable items like tools and weapons. Like they're really good at doing that. So
that's cool.
They're actually a really fantastic addition. Yeah, I think. Oh yeah, my current goal was to build Andy's house, Halo Andy's house, and incorporate it into like a what do you call it? Like a it's like a mini castle sort of thing, like a Renaissance castle. You probably haven't seen one of these, but it's just like a small town, small village castle sort of thing.
Right.
And I was also going to make this like the enchanting table, the enchanting room, and brewing samplings with some librarian villagers, and maybe make it like the hub of like the big testificate breeder I wanted to create, basically. So I think start of creating villager. I would say training it. I mean, technically, you're breeding them and training them. Technically, right?
I always started to do like villager stuff, and then I was like, why is it so hard to move villagers?
Mm-hmm.
That's the really annoying part. Like they should add a way in the game where you can actually build stuff specifically to move villagers around. I feel like that's a big oversight.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think I wish there's a way to like you could like I think the camel can like you can have 2 players on the camel, right? It'd be cool if you could have a system where you could pick up a villager, put them onto the camel, and then you could easily dismount them. At the moment, it's just an absolute nightmare.
You have to like trick them into boats and then push them down hills and stuff like that.
It's awful. It's absolutely awful. They have to destroy the boat to move. Yeah, genuinely, they should make it so you just even if you could you just ask them to move. Like, oh, if you give them an emerald, you can like move them anywhere you want. So I think you can bribe them. That'd be great. Yeah, I think a lot more villager stuff needs to be added. I think they have slowly been like subtly changing some of the mechanics. So maybe they're open to ideas and maybe testing some things behind the scenes. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's my next plan is going into building up a small castle with villagers in mind. That's my Minecraft section complete.
I'm so locked in right now.
You need to be fair. I'm also locked in.
I'm just watching this Minecraft speedrun. I'm just
quite like the world looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, they built something that looks good. All right, Tony, let's talk about Stellaris.
I will do Stellaris now. Yeah, I haven't got too much to say, I don't think. But
let me put the Subway Surfer back on, and then I'll be able to be locked
in. Yeah. I apologize to anyone that doesn't like management games. But yeah, I'll just go out the gate. So 2 major DLCs have come out, which is why I kind of played it. But also the 4.0 was released in 2025. So the DLCs were like I can't remember. I don't know if I've talked about like the ascension perks for the end of the game, like the end game sort of like direction you take your empire. Well, they I think last time I saw about Stellaris, they added the cybernetic upgrade stuff, and now they've gone back and added a better version for I guess the biology side of it, the biosynthesis sort of thing, and then also the psionic side. So now all 3, technically 4, they split cybernetic and synthetic, but so all 4 Ascension final perks have like a fully new upgrade path in them. I think they're all good in their own different way. I think it's kind of hard to look at the stats and go which one's better. I think it is kind of just depending on how you're combining it with the rest of your build of your empire.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was trying that out. But 4.0, I was very confused with at the start. They've completely changed the planetary system, and it took me a long while to figure out how the hell things work. I'm not going to get into too much detail for it, but I do actually quite like it. They've also made trade instead of just a weird system. It's like now an actual proper resource you have to collect. So that's massively changed just how the game works. It was interesting. But yeah, I was actually enjoying it. I'm does it say
Well, how long you've
10?
played it?
Yeah, I got to save. I think it was recent. It says like I played 12 hours like in the last few weeks, right?
Yeah.
I think that's about right. I think I put 12, 14 hours into my new save. I just having a lot of fun with it actually. I put it on a slightly easier mode, which I tend to do, and the updates have no idea what I'm doing. So I might need to increase the difficulty back to normal. But yeah, I was just having a lot of fun. I actually do appreciate the new systems.
Yeah.
I don't know how the base. I think I was being. Someone asked me about base Stellaris. I can't remember why. Maybe it was on like the console version or something. But I have no idea how the base game works by itself. Is the problem? Like I don't know how like good the 4.0 is without any of any of the DLC. I assume it's good. Just not 100%
I
sure.
just assume all Paradox games are unplayable without all of the DLC at this point. You know.
Yeah, I could. I think I could theoretically like disable them and then like uninstall them sort of thing. But it's like, why would I bother?
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I would also assume that there's probably some core DLCs you need. Probably if you do care about this and maybe look into other people's
Did you
recommendations to
hear
actually put thought
about
into this.
the new Monster Hunter Wilds actually running worse if you don't have the DLC?
What? No, I've not heard that.
So their inside, it's like a 10 FPS difference, which with that how poorly that game's run, it's sometimes like difference between like 50 and 60 FPS. But on that game, they constantly have a checker running in the background that checks to see if you have the DLC, and it checks so often that it like massively degrades your performance unless you have all the DLC, in which case they turn it off. Somebody made a mod that just turned it off, and it actually massively improved the performance. So the Monster Hunter Wilds is, DLC is pay to win on performance there. So.
Yeah, pay for performance.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah,
bad performance from Monster Hunter stuff in general. I think really this big stuttery stuff when I played.
But you're still enjoying Stellaris. You've played for 1,000 hours, and you feel like you've finished the tutorial of the game.
I've got over 1,500 hours now. And my joke is still. I set out the time of the game after about 1,000 hours.
Yeah.
So, cool. Yeah. No, I've been enjoying it. I don't know if the DLCs were worth the price. I've not really got into the meat of that yet. So I'm just trying to understand the 4.0 stuff. I've not really tried the DLC up properly. Like I've technically seen some stuff, so other empires have it, but I've not really looked into it, so I can't really say much about that yet.
Yeah.
But I'm enjoying the update at the very least.
Cool. Right. Should I talk about some honorable mentions for games I played?
Yeah.
Now let me turn this Subway Surfer gameplay off.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. So, well, speaking of DLC, I could just talk about the Kirby DLC. I think I might have briefly talked about this on the podcast. Bloody hell, that's hard. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands was a game I didn't play when it came out, but I played it the year after it came out, and I was like, that was a bloody relaxing game. And I decided to play through it all again for the DLC. And my brain, because I 100%ed it the last time I did it, and as I was playing through it, to just be like, I need to get through the game so I can play the DLC, because you have to beat a level to get to the next world, and then on that world that unlocks the star-crossed version of that world, basically.
Right.
My brain was then like, I have to 100% this. So I then went in and I was like 100%ing it again, and then I was like, you know what? I need to stop trying to 100% it again and just go through the level so I could play the new content, because it wasn't that long ago I already 100%ed the game. It was a couple of years ago. Yeah, the new stuff is really fun. Like, you have like the new spring mouth mode that's pretty cool. There's like a wheel mode you can do as well. I wonder if I have footage of the wheel mode. I'm a wheel boy.
This game in general was really fun. It's just like I could play
Yeah, I'd highly recommend this game.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 version generally makes it like playable, because like before the game ran at like an unstable 30 FPS cap at
really?
like
Okay.
1080p docked maybe. It was like maybe not even that. But like now it runs 1440p, 60 FPS, and it's just a joy to play.
Nice.
But this game is genuinely very fun. Definitely a very worthwhile Switch 2 upgrade. I'm trying to think, what was the best Switch 2 upgrade this year in terms of just overall?
That's a good premise to it. Yeah.
Because there's a couple that were just performance. There was a few that were DLC. I mean, it's definitely not Super Mario Party Jamboree.
I could have guessed. Yeah, I would have said no to that one.
Well, because they did add, they were like, it's a full update, but like the microphone and the Joy-Con stuff really isn't that interesting at all. Like the mouse mode stuff's okay, but then I need like so many fucking Joy-Con controllers to actually play it with my friends multiplayer. I'm not spending like 70 quid on more Joy-Con controllers.
No. Yeah. If they're cheaper, maybe, but even then, the
Kirby DLC is good. Let me look. Switch 2 upgrades. Let me remember. Like the Zelda ones are pretty good, but they're mostly. The Zelda ones are pretty much just 4K 60 or 1440p 60 or whatever they were, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's literally Kirby is the only one that I think is genuinely quite good. I think the other ones were like, you have like Animal Crossing, Metroid, Pokemon,
but then more,
and then Zelda, which are pretty much just paid resolution bumps, pretty much.
So probably still good, but not. Yeah.
So Kirby, because I was saying like, how do I talk about Switch 2 upgrades? Because they're not. They came out in 2025, but they're not really new games. They're just additions to old games. And you were saying, well, they're kind of like DLC. And I'm like, yeah, they kind of are DLC. And I would say Starcross World is probably the best Switch 2 upgrade, the best DLC that they offered for the Switch 2, which is pretty cool to see. We are going to get. There's going to be a Mario Wonder one next year, which I'm probably going to check out because I love Mario Wonder. But they showed it off mostly as like, hey, you can now play Mario Party minigames. And I was like, that's not what I want. I want more Mario Wonder levels, which I think they're also going to do, but to what extent, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, really fun. It's like more of the same, but then there's like additional content added on top of it, new abilities, new ways to play. Really, really cool game. Definitely an honorable mention for one of the games of 2025, or games I played in 2025, depending on when you feel like this game actually came out.
Yeah.
What else was there that I wanted to talk about? Oh, Five Hearts Under One Roof. I did. So this was a.
Oh yeah.
This was a game I played in 2025. Came out in 2025. It's the sequel to Five Hearts Under One Roof. Definitely one of my favorite Korean women simulators out there. But yeah, I said when I played Five Hearts Under One Roof after playing all of the FMV dating games, I was like, every other one I play makes Five Hearts Under One Roof look like a masterpiece because it's just leagues ahead of every other one I've played. And playing through this, I was like, yep, they still are way better than all the others. Like, they have the good mix of stories that go in multiple directions based on your choices.
Yes.
They still have
that makes sense.
Good choices that lead to satisfying ending with the girls, but they also have very funny side characters that you can follow and go down paths with. They have a good mix of romance and comedy, which I think is you basically want these games to be a rom-com. It's basically like you want to have romance with the girls, but you also want a bit of like, hey, I'm gonna go and date the sausage man, you know. I love that Milk, because it's made by a Korean YouTube channel called Milk Films, and I love just how everything in the universe is just milk. You go and work for Milk Corp. There's the K-pop group Milk Girls, which one of the girls is part of. But yeah, I would say it's like, kind of like, it seems like, so for the first game, when you went through every level, to get to the next level, you would have to reach a certain level of affection. And that meant that sometimes you would have to go down the wrong route with a girl. You would have to say, like, even though I'm trying, like, say for example, I'm trying to riz Nurse Bang, right?
Yeah.
But then it was like, well, in order to get affection, I also have to get affection with Malsuk, and I also have to get affection with Gran, for example, at the same time. And it felt kind of counterintuitive, where it's like, even though I'm going down a route with a different girl, I have to try and also get an overall score that is big enough. And it seems like they've just gone, okay, let's not do that again. They've just gone, okay, just do whatever affection you need to do with the girl that you want, right? There is like you'll get to the end once you get through all the chapters, and then it'll be like, you need over this amount of affection with a girl to see her true ending, so you do want to go back and play through it. I mean, I 100%ed the game because I wanted to see all the endings. Like, I like going back and doing all that stuff. But yeah. Pretty cool, because there's new girls, because there's returning girl. Oh, Kumbi's not back. I was so disappointed. My favorite girl from the first game. She's not coming back.
My favorite girl.
Okay,
back, right?
Technically, Kumbi is in this game, but not in the way you would think. Because one of the chapters flashbacks to when you're at school, and you when you and Malsuk were friends at school, and then Kumbi appears, and she's like, they got like a child actor to play her for when she was a child, so she comes along for like 2 seconds, and then she's gone. But we have Malsuk is back, Gran is here, Mingyoung is back, the Korean pop singer. She has a new song in this one as well, not just like the Milk Girls. Because when they did the first one, they had the Milk Girls, so sweet, sweet, like ice cream, cream. They had that song on repeat, but they've got more music this time, which is great. Because this one also has a soundtrack as well that you can buy if you like the music. But we've got this game starts. So Human is going to hand out flyers. Is the start of this game, and he gets hit by a car, and you wake up in hospital after 6 months of being in like a kind of like a coma, right? So you have Nurse Bang, who is a woman who looks after you. And then you have Yang, who's a woman who works at the convenience store. And then you have Yuna, and basically what happens is all of these girls come and live with you again, and that's how the chaos starts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
that's under one roof too.
Yeah, you're still under one because your parents are renting out the house you live in, and so you need tenants to come and live with you, and that's how it goes. Because one of the ones, Yuna, she's like very interested in you, and you know she was somehow involved in like the car accident, so she comes to the hospital and talks to you, and she has a bodyguard, Tony, and you can get close with the bodyguard in this one, don't you worry. I like how
thank God.
I like how in one of the things there's like, I think if you go on a date with Nurse Bang, like a magician comes along and you can do magic tricks, and there's like your date gets interrupted by a live streamer. And you can like, and I think it's your date with Mingyoung because she's trying not to be broadcast. And you can like, he's like, chat, is this real? And I'm just like, yeah, it's like a live streamer POV right now.
It's pretty funny.
But I do actually, because Story Taco is putting out more games. This is the developer Story Taco. They're putting out different games. So they have another series called Don't Fool Me Beauties. Which I own. That came out last year, but I didn't get around to playing it. And then they're also doing another one called Summer Heartbeat. So it seems like they're branching out and doing more than just the 5 Hearts Under One Roof. They're just... But I think what really separates is Story Taco is like they run a successful YouTube channel, so they actually understand how to shoot people and make interesting stories.
Yeah.
Which just puts them like league ahead of everybody else. And they already have access to a lot of these actresses, right?
Yeah.
Or Twitch streamers, as I reckon. I'm like walking down the street and I'm like, oh, that's a girl I've seen on Twitch.tv, you know? Oh, Sausage Man!
Oh my God! What the hell? He's just in there?
Yeah, he's in the hospital as well, but don't you worry. I want to give you a big hug right now. Long story.
None of the other none of the other games for the devs have a sausage man, do
No,
they?
there's a distinct lack of sausage man in the.
You just call him sausage man.
A lot of like innuendo stuff, like that sort of comedy stuff.
Oh, at least you get the banana.
Yeah, that's one thing. When you actually get items in this game based on your cutscenes,
oh,
so like
that's
you will be like speaking to Yuna, and one of the options will be grayed out, and it's be like you need a handkerchief, so you have to go back through the story and find the opportunity of when you could get a handkerchief to give to Yuna at the party.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, which is pretty good. And there's still like funny secret endings. Every girl has like you can technically get like early endings with a girl where you just like start dating them, and then that's like ends the game. It's a middle of the road happy ending, and then you have the true happy ending at the end where you'll get like married to them or something if you go through to the like maximum affection with each of them. But yeah, I think it seems like Nurse Bang is definitely one of the new favorites. One of my favorites, you know. There's also a doctor you can't really romance, but she was one of the favorite characters from people.
Interesting.
Put it there. This woman, the doctor. There's Nurse Bang. Because it like you can give like your affection to people. Like you remember in the first game where you can
you vote back a vote.
You can even vote for like random background NPC characters. Like Sausage Man had a bunch of affection people because like as you play the game, you earn affection, and you basically use it as a way to vote on which one of the characters was your favorite. So like Nurse Bang's really popular. Of course, Gran is very popular.
Yeah.
Malsuk's still very popular. I think the Doctor was very popular. I also gave a lot of mine to a random background character because I was like, oh, I recognize this woman. She's like she's a Twitch streamer I've seen before. But yeah, I played it for 12 hours almost, 11.8 to 100% the game, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of those games where even if you're just streaming it to a couple of friends, you can still have a lot of fun just laughing at the options and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Overwhelmingly positive with 1,500 reviews. You'll love to see it.
So it's more the same with some interesting extras, I think.
I think it's improved. I think they've done like some good quality of life stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. Two good games from the devs.
Yeah. And I own from well, they're called Story Taco, but it's Milk.
Oh, sorry.
Milk Films on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I'll be interested because I haven't played Don't Fool Me Beauties. I got this game, but I haven't played it yet. So I'll be interested to try this one. Tony, you know I'll be back in the podcast talking about Korean women simulators, you know?
Oh yeah.
I'll be back. I will be back. But yeah, if you haven't played these games and you've seen somebody on YouTube or something playing them, definitely check out the Story Taco ones because they're really good. And I think that's it for. I can.
Honourable Mentions.
Yeah, I can talk about the best games I played in 2000 and.
Yeah.
I'll just show this Switch 2 Animal Crossing footage that I recorded and forgot to show yesterday when we were actually talking about it on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if I go to my backlogged, I made a list of my favorite games I played in 2025. Tony, my favorite game I played in 2025 that didn't come out in 2025 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. I fucking love this game. This is one of the best games I played last year. I highly recommend this to anyone who owns a Switch because I went from going, I don't understand Animal Crossing, to being like, this is such a relaxing game that has genuine good game design as it opens up more and more as you play it and allows you to explore and do more things. It's like every time the game's like, hey, the world is going to get a little bigger. Are you ready for that? And you go, yeah, hell yeah. And then it gets a little bigger and there's a little more to do. And there's some weird design decisions in it, but for the most part, it's like really cool design decisions, right?
Yeah, I think there's some annoyances with UI and like interactions, I would have said, but yeah, the overall idea, because I didn't really understand it either. I think you being able to like show and explain like your playthrough with it,
yeah,
kind of made me understand it a lot better.
Street Fighter 6 I've got down in here as well. Street Fighter 6, definitely one of my favorite games I played last year. Really, really fun. Super Mario Galaxy 2, which was a Switch 2 upgrade last year, but I was like, well, this game came out on the bloody Wii, so like I can't say it's a game of 2025.
Yeah, it just improved.
I also, multiplayer-wise, Tony, I put down Fortnite, because I really enjoyed playing... I loved the Daft Punk concert that I went to in Fortnite and doing like remixing the Daft Punk songs with Marge Simpson.
Yep.
And playing the Simpsons Fortnite. Overwatch 2, the perk system, I played like on my Steam replay, it was like you played Overwatch 2 and Marvel Rivals. That's what you played last year. I was like, yeah, that's what I played on Steam last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, learning like Overwatch 2 with the perks was genuinely very interesting. I put Leap Year and Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, which technically came out in 2025, but again is a Wii game. I played those both all the way through, and I really enjoyed those. And then 2 games that I wanted to play more of, but I haven't got round to doing, but I still genuinely really loved them, was Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Rise of the Golden Idol. Rise of the Golden Idol was a game that I was like, this game's free on Netflix, let me try this. And I said, no, I have to install this on my PC and play it because this game's really good.
Yeah.
But I just haven't played enough of it to be like, okay, this is one of my best. I need to sit down and play more, because I love how there's these really interesting mysteries and it's part of this bigger narrative of interconnected mysteries. Like, it's the sort of game I never would have picked up and played myself, but like playing it through the free games on Netflix, I was like, damn, this game is really cool. Those were my favorite games I played in 2025. But I definitely want to be playing more of that. I think because I said before, like when we did the Game Pass games, you asked me to play Citizen Sleeper. And after I played like half an hour of the bunch of games, I was like, I want to play more Citizen Sleeper. That was an awesome game. So that's something I want to sit down and play more of. So I have updated in 2025. I wrote Hearthstone Battlegrounds, Overwatch 2, and Marvel Rivals. Those are the games I played that were updated mostly in 2025. I think my favorite one was probably Overwatch 2. Like genuinely, people are coming back to Overwatch 2, and I think like as much as people don't like the Overwatch 2 single player debacle stuff, like the co-op stuff that they kind of dampen on, like it's still generally a very fun multiplayer game to play, especially like because you saw like the hide and seek stuff. That stuff was really, they're still doing like the custom game stuff. It's really cool.
It's something that's still changing, I think. And like, you said that the upgrade system through the matches, like they kind of change and chop and change every few months or something.
Change the perks, yeah. They change
the perks. That's it,
yeah.
That's still kind of like trying to change it up and try and.
I wrote down for best mod fan project. I think the only one I particularly played that much of was Poker Rogue. I thought Poker Rogue was probably one of my favorite fan games / mods that I played in 2025. Do you have any fan games or mods you played last year, Tony? 2025.
I don't know if well, I was saying a lot of the Warhammer required mods for Tabletop Sim, right?
Yeah, you want to shout out the Warhammer community on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah, there's one main one that I think is really cool, but they are also relying on like kind of like compiling everything else. But like it's called I think it's Force Org, like Force Organizer sort of thing. That's absolutely fantastic. I spend most of my time just like trying to fiddle around with armies. That's actually quite like even like me like playing just the last few months with it. They've had I think like 3 updates, so they're still on it. I think it's interesting.
Yeah, so I've got I wrote a list of all the games I played in 2025 because it's quite long, but not all of them were like my favorite games of that year. So I
Yeah.
played Avowed, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, Nubby's Number Factory, a game about digging a hole, Haste, Dreams of Aether, Schedule 1, The Bazaar, Promise Mascot Agency, Blueprints, Rematch, Trilogy of the Moon, Back from the Otherworld, I Missed Love, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo, Donkey Kong Returns HD, Mario Kart World, Fast Fusion, Switch 2, Welcome Tour, Peak,
Oh, top game.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, Drag X Drive, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, Starcross Worlds, Battlefield 6, Super Mario Party Jamboree TV, Mega Bonk, Hades 2, Power Simulator 2, Metro Prime 4, and Super Mario Galaxy 2, Switch 2. But yeah, I wanted to transition to talking about a couple of games because I've made a list of my favorite games. We actually haven't done tangerines on them, so I haven't given my full thoughts on these. So on the Switch theme, let's go to Donkey Kong Bonanza because Tony, this is 100% one of my favorite games I played last year that came out last year. This is definitely like I have a top 4 of games, Tony. Because the other games are Blueprints, which I fucking love. Mario Kart Worlds. I've talked. If you want to see more about Mario Kart World and Blueprints and get my thoughts on those, watch our Tangerine on those. But Donkey Kong Bonanza is fucking sick. Like, I think my top 4 is kind of interchangeable based on the day and based on what I'm wanting to play. But this is one of the tightest, best feeling platformers that I've played in a while, and it like you can tell the Odyssey team worked on this because it feels so great to play. So the way Bonanza works is you have this world that is almost like it's not procedurally generated. It's very much made up of different blocks, but it's how would you say it's made of like a destruction system where
the deformable voxels.
Deformable voxels, right? Where you can pretty much other than like a certain amount of objects that you have to kind of have like platforms that can't be destroyed, you can pretty much destroy the entire level if you want to in Donkey Kong Bonanza. But it leads to this like interesting mix of like digging and platforming that is really cool to see. But then on top of that, you have these things called the Bonanzas, which give you the abilities to turn into different animals that have their own like unique traits. So like now I'm the zebra Bonanza, which makes me run really fast, and you can run on ice, for example.
Okay.
But then you have like the Kong Bonanza that turns you into this giant strong monkey who can punch through things and deal lots of damage, right? But then like you'll have a level like the because I feel like every level is designed to be played with their respective Bonanza to like kind of teach you how to use them.
Makes sense,
like good game design, right? So like the bird Bonanza is on like a really vertical like vine based thing over like poison swamps, and that's all about gliding. But what becomes really beautiful, Tony, is you can switch Bonanzas mid movement. And when you like get to the end game and you're like, okay, I'm gonna zebra run up this hill, jump off, glide into like the bird Bonanza, and then I'm like, I want to land on this enemy. I'm gonna turn to a Kong Bonanza and I'm gonna punch down into the ground and deal like massive AoE damage. Like when you get into that free form of just switching Bonanzas on the fly, I think that's when like Donkey Kong Bonanza really shines. Ooh, banana. Cool. I thought I was going to be more annoyed by because of course you have young Pauline as your companion in Donkey Kong Bonanza. I wasn't annoyed with her at all. I would say like because Donkey Kong Bonanza does have a story. I think it is probably one of the weakest parts of Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't care about the story at all of Donkey Kong Bonanza. It is pretty much just a MacGuffin to get you to collect bananas, and I'm okay with that because I don't need a reason to collect bananas. Like I was playing the new Kirby DLC stuff, and my niece was watching me, and she said, "Uncle Joe, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm collecting stars." And she said, "Why?" And I said, "I don't know. I genuinely don't know why I'm collecting stars. I just am." But it's like, I've just...
There must be a reason.
No reason at all. Like, you could literally drop me in a room full of coins and tell me nothing, and I would just go and collect all the coins.
Yeah.
Just because it's fun. I think, like, a game that truly gets me to care about collecting things when it's just genuinely fun to move. And Donkey Kong Bonanza is a game where it's just genuinely fun to move. And it's not just like, oh, they've done Mario Odyssey again, where they've basically made like a really fast character that can jump high and, you know, jump on a hat and wall jump and stuff. They've gone, no, let's make a character that controls like Donkey Kong. Like, the way you move in this game is so interesting, Tony, because like a lot of the time you can do stuff called chunk jumps. So you'll basically grab a piece of dirt and then throw that piece of dirt to the ground and propel yourself upwards with that piece of dirt. Or you can do, because there's an upgrade system in this game, which is another reason why you want to collect bananas, because this goes into your skill tree, which lets you upgrade Donkey Kong. And this gives you the ability, there's one called Surf Turf, where you basically grab a piece of dirt and then you surf across the ground to like cover distances as Donkey Kong, and you can like combo these moves together. It's really, really cool. There's other Bonanza power-ups you can get, Tony, but you get them later in the game, and it's almost like a spoiler to talk about some of the Bonanza power-ups. Because there's some really, even like, Tony, like the ending of this game, I was like, wait, what the fuck? I can't believe they went in this direction. Like, there's some generally really cool stuff, like, yeah, towards the end of Donkey Kong Bonanza as well. I mean, the main MacGuffin of the story is mining. The Void Corp is like locking off layers of the Bonanza because they want to get to the core, because the core can grant a wish, and Pauline's wish is she wants to go home. I think it is. She wants to go back to... Because it ties into the Deep Lore, Tony, because Pauline is the mayor of New Donk City. If she's the mayor of New Donk City in Mario Odyssey, how does she get into the middle of the underground with Donkey Kong? I don't know how they tie this into the story, because, like, in Mario Odyssey, Pauline is terrified of Donkey Kong because... I don't know if you know this, in the Deep Lore, you know the original Donkey Kong game where you play as Jumpman Mario, you're jumping over the barrels?
Yeah.
That's Pauline, who's at the top of that tower, who's been kidnapped by Donkey Kong in like the actual Nintendo Deep Lore files. So I'm just like, I don't really know what's going on here.
It's for the all cosplaying different emotions, just like, this is a fun party thing, just to trick Mario.
I think they basically said, we will not tell you where this takes place in the storyline, because honestly nobody should care how this connects to Odyssey or whatever, right? No. Ooh, Bonanza.
It's not a real expanded universe, right?
This is the skill tree where you can upgrade your abilities. And you can upgrade the Bonanzas as well. Which, like, some of them will be like, hey, you can have more health. Some of them will be like, hey, you now have a new ability for combat or movement. And it's just always fun to upgrade Donkey Kong in Bonanza. And, like, the thing is with Donkey Kong is the way he controls the base is really nice. But then once you get all the Bonanza power-ups, it really comes together. I feel like Mario Odyssey is a game where it's like fun to play, but once you like master the movement of Odyssey, it's just like a completely different game. And Bonanza just basically puts that behind skill points to make it easier to slowly learn how to master it. But like, as someone who's 100%ed Bonanza now, like, I just adore this game. It's definitely it's like, for me, I would say this and Mario Kart World are just like the killer apps for Switch 2 right now.
Right.
They're definitely the best games on the system right now. Not that it is that many games on the system that aren't just, Switch 1 upgrades. But I'm definitely not, spending a while gushing over how much I love Switch 2 Welcome Tour, am I? So quite possibly.
I think 100% it.
No, that was Andy who wanted 100%. I said, because literally came round, I was like, if you want 100% Switch to Welcome Tour, go ahead, buddy, because I don't want to play any more of this game. This game sucks. I
can't believe you paid for it.
Well, the thing is, at the time, because like Donkey Kong didn't come out until a month after launch of Donkey Kong Bonanza, of the Switch 2. So like the only games you could play on launch of the Switch 2 was Mario Kart World, which was fucking awesome. And then there was like Fast Fusion from Shinnen as a third party.
Yeah, very
and then there was the Switch 2 upgrades for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Siba. Oh, I love the soundtrack of Donkey Kong Bonanza, like the Bonanza power-ups. There's these great like challenge levels you go and do, and a lot of them are like throwbacks to old Donkey Kong levels. I always say like when I see like nostalgia stuff in other media, I'm like, oh, this is stupid. You're just rehashing on the same thing again. And then I see Womp's Fortress from Mario 64 as rebuilt as a level in Super Mario Galaxy 2, and I'm like, I love this. I love this so much. Like Nintendo could do what they can reference the same game 500 times, and I'd be like, oh man, this is so novel and cool. I'm glad they did this.
I think it depends how you do it, because I think that's kind of an interesting way to reference something at that point.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just lazy. Sometimes it's just like, this is what we've got.
Let's see. I got some more game. I think it was just like basically the start of the game. This gameplay. I'm just punching some stuff. You know what it is.
I don't know.
But yeah,
you
like
just punch everything. That you just see something that I'm punching.
I had to resist. Like I feel like people with OCD should not play this game because you will just spend hours punching everything.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Just to find everything.
Just to find everything in the game. I was also surprised how long this game was. Like.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, there'll be a couple more levels, and I was like, no, there's more. Yeah. There's more, and it's like, our boy Diddy's in it. Nintendo didn't forget about Diddy like everybody else. Hey, Diddy's in it, and he has a racing section. Diddy Kong Racing, bring it back, Nintendo.
Diddy Racing.
Yeah, Diddy Racing.
What's he racing away from?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Okay. The allegations.
Ma'am, how do you respond to the allegation? Is it true?
Is it true? Yeah.
What about the photos? I think the only stuff I didn't like about DK Bonanza was I felt like it was harder to do like structured platforming challenges when a lot of like the level could be just, I'm just going to punch a hole and go here. Yeah. Like, it felt like Odyssey was very much more... They could hold the hand of the player and be like, this is the way we want you to play the level. Even, like... One of my favorite things in platformers is finding my own way through levels and, like, going against, like, what developers intended sometimes, just because I can, to see what the limits of the platforming is like, right?
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, the actual digging mechanics, as cool as they are, can sometimes feel, like, a little gimmicky. Like, it's a really cool mechanic, but I would say, like, deep down, I'm like, I think Odyssey is the better game overall as a result of it being, like, a more tight, like, level designed platformer. Whereas this is more like a novel thing.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool, like an Odyssey-like game, but it'd be, like, a limited...
Because like the challenge levels are like, hey, you can only go here. Area. These are blocked off walls, and it's like, this is really fun. But it's like a smaller portion of the game. Also, yeah, I mentioned this. I mean, Tony, it's called Hideaway in this game, or is it called a Runaway? They have the DK Rap as a song you can put on.
Oh, nice.
I like the amount of just unlockable stuff in this. Like, you can unlock the hideaways to teleport. You can unlock vinyl discs to play music. There's new skill points. Like, every time you collect gold allows you to buy... what is it? You use I think you use fossils to buy clothes. And then Donkey Kong Bananza... What do you use gold for again? I think you definitely... use it to buy, like... extra lives and like apple juice refills to refill your health and stuff like that, I believe. It's been 6 months since I played this, so I'm like trying to remember everything that I did and how it works. But yeah, Donkey Kong, like, easily on any day could be my game of the 2025, Tony. Absolutely fantastic game.
Okay.
I also played the DLC.
High praise.
Which I do not recommend because... So I was watching the Direct, and I was like, oh, more Donkey Kong levels. No, it's not more Donkey Kong levels. That's what I think that's what I wanted from the DLC was more Donkey Kong levels. But it's...
Yeah.
My issue with it is it gives you DK Island, which, you know, nostalgia bait, but then it's like there's nothing to collect on DK Island, which is really disappointing because I was like, okay, they'll give you this big DK Island and there'll be more artifacts to collect, there'll be more bananas to collect. But no, it's literally just here's one more level for the roguelite mode that they added. Which Emerald Rush can be pretty fun, but it's not something I'm particularly interested in putting a bunch of time into.
No.
Because they've been experimenting with these roguelike modes. I think Splatoon has like a weird roguelike mode to it. You essentially have to collect emeralds on a timer, and then you can use... You start from scratch, so you start off as base DK again, which is interesting because as someone who's completed the game, I have like all the upgrades. But then, as you're going around collecting things, you can get upgrade, and then fossils let you get like roguelike upgrades. So it's like when you open chests, you get extra bonuses, or smashing terrain does stuff. It's like modifiers from artifacts. Like it's basically like a fun game mode to play every now and then, but it's not something I want to put a lot of time into. And I don't think just the roguelite mode's worth like the £15 it costs to buy it. I was really hoping there was
15.
more. Yeah, I bought it and I was like, this DLC cost exactly as much as Hollow Knight Silksong. I could have just bought Hollow Knight Silksong instead,
Yeah.
And of course it's Nintendo, so there's no refunds. But
no,
it's like, because there's like with the roguelite mode, you go through the new DK Island as a roguelike mode, but then there's more levels of this, and it's just you're going through the same levels you've already played through on the base game. Which would have been nice if there was more like new levels specifically for the roguelite mode as well, but I guess it's just, reusing the assets to make it DLC sort of thing.
Yeah. I suppose, but at that point, why is the price so high if that's what they did?
Yeah. But like,
okay.
Spoilers, Tony. Don't look at the screen. It's a Bananza that you haven't seen or know about.
It's a secret Bananza. Have a look away. Okay, safe. It's safe.
But DK Bananza, fucking incredible. Highly recommend. If you like 3D platforms, you have to play DK Bananza. Awesome game. I hope they make like real DLC or an update, like they add more levels. I hope they make a fucking DLC for here's another spoiler, Bananza. I hope they make more. I hope they make DLC for Odyssey. I'd fucking love to play. I could make a Switch 2 upgrade for Super Mario Odyssey.
Yeah,
I will play that in terms of DLC.
That'd be great.
But yeah, awesome game. And then we also, because here's my game of the year list. So on my game of the year list, I've got Battlefield 6 because I played the beta. That was really fun. Metro Prime 4 is an interesting game with some flaws. Trilogy of the Moon and 5 Hearts Under One Roof, definitely some of my favorite games I played in terms of Korean women. Pipistrel and the Cursed Yo-Yo and Promised Mascot Agency. 2 games I loved the demo of, but I didn't get around to playing the full game. I played like 15 minutes of this on my Steam Deck. So I can't really put it higher because I haven't played the full game. Rematch was a really cool multiplayer football game from the creators of Sifu. I played a ton of it when it was in the beta, and then I bought the full game, and then I just never got around to sitting down and playing more of it. Megabonk was a cool time-wasting game. Fast Fusion was a great little arcade racer game that was really fun. Power Simulator 2 is basically Power Simulator 1 plus quality of life. Here's more of Power Simulator, which I already love Power Simulator 2. Nubby's Number Factory, my Bellatra of this year, it allows me to have conversations, Tony, where I'm just speaking gibberish like I do all the time. When I'm like, I need to bounce on my double dino so I can get the classes, and it's just like, what the hell are you talking about?
What's crazy is because I watched you do the whole thing. So I understand what these mean. It was just fun, hilarious. I was like, yeah, no one else knows what this means.
But yeah, my top four, like DK Bananza, Mario Kart World, and the Sun build, yeah, and Blueprints, interchangeable for number one, because number one, which I haven't talked about yet, Tony, is Hades 2. So for Hades 2, I put in about 90 hours of gameplay. I completed the game. I also went for like the true ending sort of thing as well. And I absolutely love Hades 2, Tony. This game is incredible. Especially if you're coming from Hades 1 and you liked Hades 1, you will love Hades 2. I think the thing that tripped up some people about Hades 2 is it feels very different, because in Hades 1, you are Zag, and you are like a dude who's like a warrior. You use like a sword and a shield and guns like stuff. But in Hades 2, you are very much more a spellcaster. So you are like, you use bindings, Tony. You use staffs, ranged attacks.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, sounds very interesting.
And it, like in the beginning, it's like, ooh, I don't know, it's different. But then once you get into it, you're like, no, this is like tight gameplay, and I think it might even be better gameplay than the first game. Into like overall, in terms of like the direction it goes. Like every weapon is interesting, and every like aspect on the weapon is really interesting. Like I would literally play the game, having played it for like, almost 100 hours, and I'd be like, I can't wait to try out this aspect on the weapon, or try out this build and see like, ooh, if I put Zeus's powers on this, and then I get some Aphrodite or like, different gods on this, and put these together. Like this, it's so fun to experiment on this game, because the gameplay sandbox is so fun and so well made that it just makes you want to experiment with different things. I'm doing a Chaos Rift at the minute, Tony, because I know you didn't want spoilers for this game. It's very hard to record like non...
Yeah.
This is the sort of game where constantly while you're playing it, the gods will be talking to you and saying, hey, here is the thing that's currently happening in the story. What's going on? Here's more information about
that. Which is good from an actual playing the game point of view, just not for a non-spoiler video.
But as you play through the game, Tony, you will unlock something called the Chaos Rift. They're basically just like, here's some bonus challenges you can do to get some currency. Which I was playing here to be like, okay, let's try and find something that doesn't show you much of the game, really. It's like a little slice of the game. So the basic story, Tony, is that you are trying to go to the underworld to defeat Kronos, the god of time, because he's kidnapped your half-brother and your father, Hades. You are the half-sister of Zagreus. And you've been raised in the crossroads by Lady Hecate, who is the witch. So you have, like, witch-based powers, and that's how you play through the game. I will say, like, in terms of the story, I think I preferred the first Hades game. I think the story is a bit weaker on this one.
I think it's the common sentiment online.
Yeah, but I didn't hate the story at all. I think, like...
Sounds interesting, so...
Like, I would say, like, Hades 2 feels just like Hades 1, but better, in terms of, like, combat's better, builds are more interesting. The systems are, like, more refined. But, like, in terms of, like, the story stuff, I was like, yeah, this is fine. I'm interested to see where this goes. But at the most part, I was like, I'm here for the fucking gameplay of Hades 2. This is like, if you're a gameplay freak, you should love Hades 2, because there's so much, like, there's magic and pets and hexes, and that you still have that awesome art and music from Supergiant Games. And it's just like, again, Tony, every time I play a Supergiant's game, every time they make a new game, the gameplay just keeps getting better and better and better. But I love how each individual god has their own, like, play style. Like, I love, like, Hermes has a lot of, like, gold related perks, and then Poseidon has, like, boons that let you double items you get, and I would just go for like I could just go for like the greediest builds ever. But then there would be like, I would try and target specific gods because you get keepsakes, and you can change your keepsakes between worlds. So sometimes I'd be like, oh, I've got this really cool boon from this god. I'm going to take this keepsake and I'm going to target Ares, the god of war, because I want to get this specific boon. And the way the equipment starts is you can equip your character with like tarot cards, and there's tarot cards that give you dice, which lets you re-roll abilities. So eventually, because I played it out 100 hours, I knew like what all the different boons of the gods were, and you'll get to a point where you can, because it's a roguelite. For people who don't like roguelites, is what Hades described like a lot of the time, because there's a lot of like there's a fuck ton of upgrades you get by playing Hades and Hades 2. So you'll go back to your base and you'll upgrade your base, and it's like you now have a codex that shows you what all the powers of the gods are, so you can try and target things. Hexes are really cool. I really like hexes, actually. So like in the start, I was like, I don't really understand hexes, but so when you cast, because before you would have casts and you would send out casts and you would just pick them up in Hades 1. In Hades 2, it's much more spell-based, right? So you can infuse your abilities by holding down the button. So you can like, you have a staff and it does a static attack that doesn't cost any mana. But then you hold down the button and it does like a bigger attack with more impact. And this is an infused attack and that costs mana. And then once you if you have a hex, which you get from Selene, the goddess of the moon, that hex gets charged by spending mana. So sometimes, even if I don't have like a build where I'm like spamming mana, sometimes I want to just dump mana on abilities because I have a really powerful hex. And this is where I'm like, the systems come together in like such a beautiful way, where I'm like, I'm building like an auto-attacking build, but I got this really cool hex ability, and I'm now actually trying just to dump mana so I can cast more hexes. And I think that's where like... Cool. That's where the beauty of Hades 2 systems and combats lies, is the combination of them makes them really interesting.
Yeah.
And there's a point where
there's no like dead end idea. It's just like, oh, this only works with this.
There's systems like the bone system where you'll get bonus resources by using a specific weapon. The game will be like, hey, on this run, you should try and use this weapon, and it'll force you to use weapons you might not use. And I go, well, I prefer using this weapon, but I'll use this one for the extra bones. And as you use it, you go, actually, I didn't realize this boon is really OP with this weapon, and it like forces you to try out different things. And then you're like, actually, now I really like this weapon. Or you'll have like in the first game, you had heat. It's called fear in this game, but it's essentially like you can add difficulty modifiers on top of the base game, and that unlocks more things for you as you do that. And then as you do that, it basically says, hey, I want you to kill this boss. And then you can like specifically go, okay, if I'm going to kill this boss, I might want to use this weapon and target it this way. Yeah, like just Hades 2, just it's fucking great, Tony. It's so good.
I you know what? I think I might talking about goals of 2026, like games to have on the list.
Well, I literally
Hades in general.
Hades was on my list for a long time, for like, because I think I played in like 2022, maybe something like that.
Right.
I think it came out of early access in like 2020. But the reason I played Hades 1 was I intended to play it at some point, but it got bumped to my list because one of my friends put on the friend wheel, hey, you should play Hades. And that's how I played Hades. And I was like, I'm so glad I played Hades because this is such a good game. It was like one of my games of the year that I played it. And then this is, and I'm glad I waited because like I played the 1.0 update of Hades 1, and I know Hades 2 technically came out in early access before, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna wait till it's finished. So that's why I've been holding off playing Hades 2 for such a long time, even though it's been out early access, right? But I'm like, I want the finished experience because I know that this game is gonna fucking cook when all of its systems come together, right? I don't want to play like I don't want to play the half-baked version of Hades 2, right? So that was really cool. But yeah, awesome game. Lady Hecate, the first boss. Which is cool because like Lady Hecate is like your teacher, and she's also the first boss because you're basically fighting her because she's like, I need to know that you're powerful enough to get past me without dying. So you always have conversations with them. You're like, "Oh, hey, Hecate, let's fight," sort of thing, as like a training thing. But there's lots of great characters in Hades 2 that you get to talk to, and like I love the gift system, Tony, where you're incentivized to give every character a gift and have bonus conversations with them because they have these keepsakes that you unlock by giving them gifts of honey, the nectar of the gods.
Okay, I've heard the gifts, and I didn't actually understand how that works.
Yeah, so the way it works is when you meet a character, if you have honey, you can give it to them and it like unlocks their keepsake. And then you can... it also deepens your bond with that character. And for like the trending stuff, you do need to specifically deepen bond with like certain characters. Because like in this game is linked to like Chaos and the Sisters of Fate. So they'll be like, the Sisters of Fate will give you like goals to be like, you need to speak to this character, sort of thing.
Okay.
It's very much rooted in that like, it's like what? Is it Greek mythology? I always get Greek and Roman confused. Is Hades Greek god?
They're very similar.
Yeah, he's a Greek god, right?
Yeah, I want to say Greek.
Because, like, it's Neptune, the Roman one.
Yeah, so it's Neptune and Poseidon. So Neptune's
yeah, Neptune's the Roman one, and Poseidon
is
the Greek, and Poseidon is in this game, so it's Greek.
Okay, yeah. I would like to point out, they're very similar because Romans kind of just copied the Greek. So.
But I'll get like some of the aspects in this game would be like. They're like these fist weapons. It's like, oh, this aspect makes it fire like missiles out of it. And I'm just like, what? That sounds fucking awesome. Like, it's just like the way it forces you... Like, the aspects are almost like new weapons on top of the currently established weapons. Like, there's like 5 or 6 weapons, and then like the aspects almost make them completely new weapons. Like, the amount of time they must have spent developing all this stuff is crazy. But yeah, I recommend it. So yeah,
just makes you just to make you think. But yeah, very
things
cool.
that make you go But
yeah, I just try and look at the stuff, the combos and stuff, and think the stuff I have to go. What sort of learning?
If I had to force myself to pick out like an order, I think Hades 2 is probably number 1 for my favorite game I played in 2025. But honestly, my top 4, I could see like any other day. Blueprints could be my game of the year. Mario Kart World could be my game of the year, and Donkey Kong Bonanza could be my game of the year. My top 4. These are fucking great games. Is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Really solid.
So, I mean, I think they all do different things, do different.
I'd say like as well. Hades 2 is just like pure gameplay, like locked in, but it's like great systems. Mario Kart World and DK Bonanza are also great gameplay, but they also like remind me of being a kid. And just pure enjoyment. They're just pure fun.
Yeah.
And then Blueprints is like, it makes me think and reminds me that I'm an adult. Is how like I would see Blueprint. Like I love the like. I've never met Herbert S. Sinclair, but I feel like I know who Herbert S. Sinclair is through playing Blueprints. And I read you like the mausoleum speech he gave after he died, and like because that's the start of the game is his death. I was like, this Blueprints has great writing and just is such an interesting like roguelike meta narrative puzzle house building game. I'm just like, this is fucking, and it's made by a small team of people, so it's just fucking great. But yeah, those are my games, the best games 2025 and the best games I played in the year. And we've gone over your stuff as well. We've talked about the Warhammer and Stellaris and Minecraft and
it's mainly looking at the timestamps. It's mainly Warhammer and Minecraft actually.
Yeah,
which I think that actually adds up.
But is there anything else you wanted to say before we end our podcast Game of the Year awards?
No. I think that says everything. Curious how 2026 will go. I think it's
yeah.
I think it's only Warhammer based, that's for sure. I might give feedback on that.
Well, maybe I'll come up with a theme for this year at some point. But my current plan is just to keep playing Switch games because that's what I'm really enjoying doing. So that's probably what I'm going to keep doing unless something big on the PC catches. Unless, those damn Rockstar guys decide to actually release GTA 6 on PC, then maybe I will play it there. But we'll see. We'll see when it gets.
That's coming out in
I don't know, Kev.
5 more years, right?
Yeah.
What's the delay for GTA 5 to come to PC?
I think it was like a couple years later.
Yeah, was it 2 or 3 years, or was it just 2?
Let's see. Xbox 360 release date. Let's have a look.
Time it felt like ages, but
so it came. I think it was 2013 on console, and then I think it was like 2015 on PC. I want to say.
Okay.
So I'm guessing maybe like a year or two. Yeah, it was 2015 on PC.
Okay.
But hopefully they're developing the PC version now, so we can get it out a bit quicker.
Yeah, hopefully. But
I'm not buying a PS5, so.
No, I assume they do console first. Like, I don't know. Like, what is? They get more sales on console.
Definitely get a lot of sales on console. And I think people, it's like GTA 6 is like a console seller. People will buy a console to play GTA 6.
Yeah, that's true. But I just feel like there's so many people on PC that will also play a lot of it. I just feel like you could choose any. Well, you have to choose one to start with. Like, I feel like you could choose any at this point in my head. But maybe console still makes sense from a marketing point of view.
I think it's just I don't think it's from like, oh, we really want people to play on console. It's from a complexity of development side. It's just like, it's way easier to make a game on a fixed platform. Whereas on a PC, you have to make the game run on AMD, NVIDIA, Intel, every single CPU and configuration on Steam Deck. But because people aren't playing on high-end PCs. There's mid-range, there's low-end. It's just there's a lot complicated for PC. I understand that.
I guess in terms of elements, it's like just have a streamlined console.
You can't do like pre-baked shaders. You're probably gonna have to do some sort of shader compilation or something like that, right?
Well, you can do theoretically you could do shader comp on the fly, which is his own thing. That doesn't seem to be done very well.
But yeah, that is the end of Games 2025, and I'm looking forward to talking about my favorite games I played in 2026. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.